There's another one you don't want to hear. Frankly, if it's alive.
1, 2, 3, set, go.
I don't fucking know.
Listen, we brought you all here because we really love you. We really want to see you better.
Nah.
And here's all the reasons why you're wrong.
Well, here's the thing. Well, that's the thing is I want tears because we're not going to roast each other, but I mean, this is kind of about really shitty musical opinions. Like really, and I say all credit to this episode. And thank you everyone listening. Real quick, we'll go through the room. Obviously, me, your boy, Anthony Merchant, as always. And someone who was just on, I think, fuck, dude, this is like your fifth appearance. You're like a reoccurring guest, I think is what they call it in the biz. So that's what us in the industry call a reoccurring guest. And this is like his fifth fucking time on here. And just like a few weeks ago, he was on here talking Boxcar Racer. Kyle Steven, dude, how are you tonight?
I am good. My belly's full, and I'm ready to upset some people.
Yeah, that's the thing here. Me and Kyle were talking, and he had pizza before this, and I have pizza waiting for me. So he's going in this fucking belly full. I got hunger, and that means rage. So he might be fucking soft. I'm thinking you might be soft in this, dude. That pizza's gonna be sitting there, dude. Don't be soft. Because I'm hungry, dude, and I got pizza waiting for me. So, you know. And also, fucking, we've not had him on in a while, but he is a reoccurring guest, I would also say. I mean, it's still like his third or fourth fucking time on here. Actually, I feel bad. He was supposed to be on the Boxcar Racer episode, and here's the thing. And and actually even worse, I feel bad because I think I forgot to even tell you that, Zach. But the original intention was the three of us to do that. But here's the thing. Me and Kyle have now done that twice, and two people doing an album takes 4 hours. So if three of us did that, it would be a 6-hour episode. And I don't think that anyone would listen to a 6-hour episode about...
yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, you get where I'm coming from? Like, you get where, like, three people might be excessive?
I can barely sit through a 20-minute YouTube video about something I like.
Yeah, see,
so like,
yeah, like that was my train of thought, like, because really it was, like, my original intention was, like, all right, the three of us are going to do it again, you know, we did that Blink episode, people seem to like it, and fucking we'll do a Boxcar Racer one, and, yeah, then I started thinking about it kind of last minute, and I'm like, you know, really, three people, this is going to be a fucking mini-series, it's going to be a mini-series on a record, like, a 40-minute record is just going to be just another one, and actually, real quick, Kyle, I don't know about you, and I did this, I told you this, I've listened to Insomniac a shit ton after we did that episode, but I've been listening to Boxcar Racer a bunch now since we did that episode. Have you do you feel like you've been listening to that more, or have you forgotten that? Have you just fucking wiped that from your memory?
No, I probably listened to it maybe like twice since the show.
Oh no, that's some low ass numbers.
In my regular rotation.
Oh, okay.
It's still in my like regular rotation though, on like a music basis. Like I listen to the album multiple times a year.
Oh, I do have to say, I was just thinking about this as you were saying, as I was attacking you for only listening to Boxcar Racer twice since we did that. I think Joser's going to get thrown around a lot in this episode. Honestly, I really. And Zach, please get in on it, because I don't know if you've been on since we've really introduced Joser, but if something's really just, if you don't know, Joser is when something's so poser that it's poser and jabroni shit. It's that bad. It's jabroni shit and poser shit, and it's just fucking Joser. And tonight's episode, and I keep saying tonight, this is a fucking podcast. You might be listening to this at fucking 1 in the afternoon. But whenever you're listening to this podcast is about basically our unpopular musical opinions. And as I was saying earlier, and I don't think I ever got to it because I get sidetracked very easily, Kyle had this good idea. We were talking about after the Boxcar Racer episode what a fun topic would be, because that was the other thing. Is I want to do another episode with the three of us here the Illinois bad boys, the bad boys of Illinois, whatever you want to call them. The fucking boys are back in town. And, I want to do an episode with the three of us. And we were talking about like different ideas of shit that wouldn't be like a 6-hour episode. And Kyle, originally you said like unpopular punk opinions. And I liked that. But I think we'll even broaden it, even though it's still probably within that realm. But this is just kind of shitty musical opinions in general. And like, really, you have to be honest with yourself. Like to be honest, like when you do something like this, you have to accept that you have bad opinions sometimes. Like was it an issue for either of you to come up with things? Because like I feel like I accepted it pretty fast. Like I feel like I wrote like 11 different ideas down, like that I think are unpopular opinions that I have, but I did it within like 5 minutes. Like within 5 minutes I accepted it and all these fucking truths just started coming out. Like was it hard for either of you to come up with shit, or was it pretty fast to be like, "Oh, I got some shitty fucking opinions"?
I mean,
Zach, you can go first.
I mean, it's all just like different kinds of things. Like I just have some more general kinds of ones, and then I have some like music. I like some music that you guys probably wouldn't. I have stuff like that, and then I just have like more just saying that more unpopular albums from a group is better than like their more critically acclaimed work,
I like
just
that.
stuff like that.
I like that. I have a good amount of like shit like that. Kyle, like how about you? Was this hard at all, or were you like, nah, I got some shit fucking opinions, dude?
Like 4 to 6 of them came pretty quickly, and some of the others were like things I really had to think about, just because they're things that I don't think about on a daily basis, whether it's certain things in music in general or certain bands, and what their whole thing is. So some of them came super quickly, but I'd say maybe 3, maybe 4 of them were kind of more thinkers, just because it's things I don't think about all the time.
I think that's fair though, because even though like mine came to me pretty fast, you are right. They're not things that I feel like you think about daily. You know what I mean? Like even like Zach, you were saying like you have on your list like shit that where like you have albums that you think are better than like, you like albums that maybe aren't the popular album, but it's like that's something even that really on a day-to-day basis you don't think about. You don't actually realize that until you talk to other people who listen to that album and go, "Oh, that album fucking sucks." You know what I mean? Like there's albums, if I think about it, there's albums that I love from bands that I for years didn't realize were fucking hated until I talked to other people who listen to that album. Because how would you know? You know what I mean? Like if you love an album, there's a lot of times you're gonna go, "Oh, I didn't fucking know like other people hated this." That's not something you really realize on your own. But fuck.
Yeah.
So anyway, fucking segue. Sorry, I don't know where the fuck I was going with that. Segue. This is a raw podcast, you guys. This is a raw fucking podcast. And
I'm about it.
Yeah, you guys are all about it. And I did want to I'm not going to dedicate, obviously we're going to get into our shitty musical opinions, but since we're not going to do like a full fucking episode on it, what about, we're not doing top 10 or anything like that, but like a couple albums that now we're at the end of the year, what are a couple albums you think were your favorites of fucking 2020? Again, don't fucking give us 10, but like what are maybe like 3 albums that you were fucking blown away by this year? And we can start. Zach, you can start this bad boy.
Okay, well, I just gotta say probably the obvious one for me is probably Phoebe Bridgers' Punisher. I hadn't really heard much of Phoebe Bridgers. I knew people were kind of like really into that album of her that's like a ghost on the front cover. And then I just picked up Punisher, and it was honestly like taking away like all genres. Like I try to listen to music without assuming a genre, I guess. And it's a great album, and I think the world like acknowledged that because like she just got nominated for like 4 Grammys.
Yeah, she seems to get the
for this
acclaim.
album. Yeah, like she's getting the acclaim for it. I honestly think like it's a really short album in my opinion, and like she released like some of the best songs like as singles as you do, you know. But it when she released a full album, it was only like 5 more songs or something, and it just seems like really small, but it's getting a lot of acclaim. Another one, I guess I'm trying to think. I know I'm going down like a weird path, but at the beginning of the year, I actually really liked Halsey's new album, Manic. It was actually kind of good for a pop album. It was just a really catchy album. And then, actually, my third one is also weird. I liked Big Sean's Detroit too. I thought it sounded really good, and it's like just bass heavy and has like pretty insane beats. And yeah, I just like those albums.
I believe you like that Big Sean too, because I remember asking you that like fucking, I think like maybe even in the summertime. Like I feel like it was months ago, and you mentioned even back then that that was like your favorite around that time. Whenever I think that was a few months ago at least. So yeah, seems...
I'm trying to figure out the kind of rap I like, because I feel like I've been exposed to some like really shitty rap, and now I'm trying to find the good shit. Like Childish Gambino, dude, is like probably my favorite rapper right now, and like his albums are like insane. He also released a new one this year, but I can't quite wrap my head around it yet. So like, I just got to keep listening to that one. You know what I mean?
I've never. Well, I can't say that. I've played back when I worked at a top 40 radio station, like when Redbone was really big and shit. Like we did play some Childish Gambino, so I can't say I've never listened to him, but like I really don't know more than maybe that song Redbone. But like all I can say about him is the greatest thing he's ever done is the Derek fucking comedy group Mystery Team movie. If you've never seen that, it's like the greatest fucking movie of all time. And I feel like no one knows what it seems. Anyone I talk to doesn't seem to know what it is, but it's like the greatest comedy of all time. It's the funniest goddamn thing, and he is hilarious in it. So go watch that. That has nothing to do with music, but it's fucking hilarious. It's legit one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. He's so fucking funny in it. But anyway, I'm sorry. That has nothing to do with it. Kyle, how about you? And actually, if I remember, dude, I'm sorry for kind of putting you on the spot here, because if I'm remembering now, I think I asked you about this earlier in the year, and you said you weren't listening to that much new music. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I don't.
Fuck, I'm sorry.
I have 2 albums, and they're probably the only 2 albums from this year that I've actually listened to in full.
The Yellow Wolf album?
No, damn it, no.
Oh no, I'm sorry. No, and I actually didn't mean that. I meant Machine Gun Kelly.
That's the rap I was talking about, dude. Okay.
No, I meant Machine Gun Kelly. I actually, I didn't mean, and I didn't even mean to you do Yellow Wolf, but there, the Yellow Wolf reference is in. We don't have to do another one.
We're keeping it going.
But I legit didn't mean to. I swear to God, I did not mean to say that. I meant to say Machine Gun Kelly. I meant to say the one that did the stupid pop punk album this year.
Yeah, jeez. The only 2 albums that like I've actually listened to in full that like I liked, and it sounds kind of lame just because they're so like I don't want to say big in the genre, but they're super well known, so it's not like anyone off the beaten path. But
nothing wrong with that.
4 Year Strong came out with Brain Pain at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. I think I've heard that one.
Wait, was that a full length?
Yeah, it's a full length.
I didn't know. I think that title sounds like, I swear I've heard that title, but I totally forgot they even released a new album. I'll have to go back and listen to that. I love it. 4 Year Strong is great.
Yeah, they've been doing. My bad. They've been doing a lot of playthroughs for guitar. 4 Year Strong has, and I just wanted to weigh in on that. Like that's super cool.
They're good guitar players.
Definitely.
Oh, as far as like singers and guitarists like that do both in a band, I think they're top notch. Like there's not many people that can do it like they do and do it as well on both fronts. But yeah, it was like they had like still like they kind of brought back more of their heavier elements, but added more like experimental style to it, which they kind of were doing on like a previous record, which was kind of hit or miss depending on who you ask. But it sounded really cool together the way they worked on it. And then I think we kind of discussed this at one point, I think on one of the podcasts, maybe during Blink at some point. But I think Newfound Glory, we brought up Newfound Glory's new album. And I think both of you guys didn't like it very much. But I really liked
actually,
it.
It's in my top 10 favorite of the year.
Okay, because I thought someone said like, the lyrics were kind of corny, like the music.
You know
was
what?
Good,
Can I be honest?
Like they're old guys in pop punk, and I really resonated with that.
You know what? I will say this, and I would have to go and listen. Maybe it was me, because when I only heard the first, like the Greatest of All Time or whatever, when that song was out, and there was like one other song, I really didn't care for it. So I will say the first couple times I listened to it, I wasn't into it. I did think the lyrics were cheesy, but honestly, after on maybe like 5 or 6 really good listens, I didn't think about that anymore. And it was actually a really fun album. It was a great summertime record. Like it was really like, and that's what Newfound Glory is known for. Like I was happy. And once again, they had a second fucking guitar in there. Like, thank God, like there's actually rhythm guitar on it. Like it was well produced. It sounded good. Like I thought all the singles and shit were really good. Like, so no, I actually really liked it, but it was a grower. So I will say this. We did that Blink episode in I think like March. So at that point I may have only heard like 2 songs. And yes, when I only heard like those 2 songs, maybe the first couple times I listened to the record, I wasn't really a fan of it. But no, now it's like in my top 10 of the year.
Gotcha. Right on.
But fuck
so
yeah, dude.
I wanted to say, like, I do think that their lyrics are changing, but on the reason that I think they're trying to like adopt a new demographic. They're like a TikTok band now. I just recently discovered this. Yeah, dude. Newfound Glory is a TikTok. Dude, it means that kids like dance to Newfound Glory music and make TikToks out of their music.
That's depressing.
I mean, it's just like they're trying to like no, and Chad and his like wife or whatever are like fully on embracing it, and they like make TikToks for the kids. And I mean it's cool if they wanted to do that. I love Newfound Glory. They're still one of my favorite bands of all time. But I just think that they're adopting like a new demographic. And it's interesting to see. You know, they've done all the music videos where they dress up and do the silly costumes, wear Jordans and princess outfits and stuff. Like, they've always been goofy, but I feel like now it's almost to like a children's level.
Well, you almost feel like because you're right, because there's been they've always had some of the best music videos, and there's even actually, I think they did a few
edgy. They used to be edgy though.
Yeah, I guess they were a little edgy, but like I will say they had. I mean, I'm on the fence on it. I guess I wouldn't disagree with you 100%, but I mean, I don't know if they were super edgy, but like what I was gonna say though, with like, I think they did a lot of music videos for this one. And I think most of them were cheesy, but there was one, and I can't remember which one it was, where it actually wasn't bad. It was kind of a throwback in a way to their good music videos. Because they used to have really, like, for most of their records, they had really good videos. Like, I'm trying to think of when they stopped. Like, there was a point where, and I don't think they ever got really terrible, but there was a point where I don't think they had the same kind of, like, one, you know, like for a while all of them were fucking good, you know.
Oh yeah, like some of my favorites, man. They just have like really good videos.
Yeah,
I guess the only ones I would say not where they stopped, because they had good ones after, but like there was a minute, like I would say the ones for Coming Home and like I Don't Want to Know were kind of, they're not bad videos, but they're not the crazy Newfound Glory videos. They're just kind of like, They're basically just
agree.
straight up music videos. You know what I mean? Like they're not the same kind of. You don't laugh. You know what I mean? There's actually kind of a storyline. Like actually, I don't want to say the dumber the better, but it's like the less storyline to a New Found Glory video, the better. Like All Downhill From Here, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but it's a great music video.
Yeah.
Or My Friends
one with
Over
the-
You. There's nothing
Yeah.
to My Friends Over You except for it's a New Found Glory concert and weird shit's happening. That's it. That's
True.
the whole. That's the whole fucking
I-
video right there.
That one's like my favorite. I don't know. That one's such a classic.
It is. It's
Dress
great.
to Kill too. Dress to Kill might be my favorite, just because like of all like the early 2000s elements about it.
You know what I like about that one is it's always. I don't want to say pure because it sounds so fucking weird, but I always forget about that video, so I don't think about it much. But when I watch it, I really like. No, not in a bad way. I just forget about
Kyle's
it.
freaking
He's
out.
fucking pissed.
I'm freaking out right now.
Dude. This is how the episode starts. We're getting into unpopular opinions. But I'm not saying it's
I know.
It's not a bad music video. I just forget that they have so many music videos that the other thing is I love Dress to Kill, but I never think of it as a single because half the time they don't play it live. I've heard it live, but it's not like one that they play every time. Like there's certain songs that like My Friends Over You, they got to play every time. All Downhill From Here, like shit like that. I never think of Dress to Kill in that way. So I think I
Dress to
always
Kill is
forget.
better than both of those songs.
It is. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
but-
it's not, but I don't think of it as a single. So I always forget that there's a video for it. But it is a great video.
Yeah, until you forget somehow that like Rachel Lee Cook is in that music video and she's like the most beautiful woman in the damn world.
She's cute, but I know that name, but I don't know what she's famous from. I know it's like a show. Was it like Dawson's
She's all
Creek?
that.
I never saw that. I was too.
Oh,
You know what though,
man.
dude? What year was that?
You're a kid. You're a young guy. You're a young guy.
Yeah, because I think I would have been like 8 or 9 when that shit was big. When that shit was popping, I was like 8 or 9.
Oh man, it's from '99. Yeah, I was like 11.
Oh yeah, dude. No, I was like 6. I think I was maybe 6.
Zach, were you born?
Yeah, I was.
What were,
three.
dude? What were you popping in '99, Zach? What were you popping in
probably-
'99, bro?
Definitely some like Blues Clues and probably some Elmo.
What the fuck does that
No.
mean? Those aren't bands, dude.
Dude. Well, I got Jimmy Eat World's Bleed American when I was 5, so 2 more years. But
That's
I
pretty
think
fucking
I, like,
punk.
I had the Backstreet Boys CD before that. I don't know when they gave.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
I like
fucking
thought that
shitty.
was cool.
I hope you
Nah,
don't
dude.
still.
Dude, I mean,
I'm gonna
Probably
slap
not.
you.
I don't listen to them anymore.
Disown
but,
it.
like,
No, disown it
it's
right
probably- I'm
now.
probably living in my garage.
Disown the Backstreet Boys, dude.
I definitely don't.
that- I still jam them
You're
once
a
in a while.
motherfucker.
What up?
You're both motherfuckers. Because here's the thing.
Let's go.
I did
Let's go.
own No Strings Attached on fucking cassette, but I knew
That was insane.
yeah, in sync. But I only
No, I had Millennium.
dude, no, fuck all that.
Millennium was the album I had.
All I wanted was Bye Bye Bye. I told my mom all I wanted was the single. Just give me the single. I just wanted Bye Bye Bye. I didn't want anything else. She couldn't find it, so she just got me fucking No Strings Attached. And so I owned that album, but all I wanted was the one song. But I did hear the rest of the album, and the whole fucking thing sucked. And then, like, a year after owning it, I realized how fucking bad
You
it
realize
was.
you wanted to be a space cowboy after that.
Wait, is that on that album? Wait, isn't that a Kid Rock song?
No, that's just cowboy.
Oh, that's Cowboy
NSYNC stepped
Baby.
it up a level. They stepped it up a level and talked about space cowboys.
Oh, I think I do remember that. The music video is really
Oh, man.
shiny. There's a lot of like shiny things in it, maybe. I don't know.
Man,
That's a good description.
We're getting into this, and we haven't even started the list yet.
Well, actually, this kind of, as Zach was saying, he was trying to dig his way out of being a Joser with the Backstreet Boys by saying he was listening to Jimmy Eat World at 5 years old. We can start going down our list, and the first one I have, I don't know where this sits, but you're both. I mean, Zach, I know you're a big Jimmy Eat World fan. Kyle, are you?
I like them.
You like him enough?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's-
so I don't know if you have a strong opinion, but They are a band. Zach, you were saying you were going to talk about albums that you thought that you loved that other people don't like. I'm kind of going the other way. Now, don't get me wrong. I do not hate this record, but I do not think Futures is half as good as people say it is. I don't even think it's like their third best record. You know what? I would even go as far as saying I liked last year's Surviving more. I would put Surviving as their third best record, and I would probably throw Futures as like fourth. And again, I don't hate Futures, but this is the way I put it. Like, Futures to me just sounds like a good pop rock record, but there's nothing special about it, if that makes sense.
It's just so dark and sad, dude. There's no, like...
But it's dude, I don't mind that because Clarity is my favorite record. That's very melancholy. Like, those songs are very... Like, I don't mind it being sad.
Clarity's beautiful, though. Clarity has, you are diverse elements. Like, Futures is just full-on, like, dark as fuck and, like, talking about, like, dark things. And Clarity's is, like, way more of a diverse album than Futures.
You know, to be honest, too, if you think about it lyrically, Clarity is more metaphorical. Futures is more pretty straight ahead. You know what I mean? Like, if you think about songs like, well, I guess I shouldn't say that. Some songs aren't, but, like, 23, I feels like pretty self-explanatory. Work is pretty self-explanatory. Like,
Pain.
Most of those songs I feel like are pretty straightforward, where, like, Lucky Denver and Mint and fucking Table for Glasses and shit like that.
Goodbye Sky Harbor.
Yeah, like shit like that's so much more cryptic and metaphorical that it's like, you know what I mean? So there's kind of that too. But you are right. There is more of a beauty. But I think even musically, it's just more straight up a pop rock record. Like even the first song on it, Futures, right? Yeah, the first song on Futures is Futures. If I'm thinking about it right. But like that's a good song. But it's just like a good pop rock song. Like I do not hate this record, but I don't even remember the last time I put it on to listen to front to back. My favorites, I go Clarity, Bleed American, Surviving, and then Futures. And I would probably put like Chase This Light. But like I don't know.
Chase This Light's good.
You know what? It really is, and you always forget. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I always forget that because it's a later era Jimmy Eat World record, and you forget which even actually I don't even know that it is. It's just the next record after fucking Clarity. But like, you know what though? Even that, I honestly, to be honest, I listen to Chase This Light more.
Bleed American. You're talking about Chase This Light's after Futures.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah, it came after Futures. But yeah, so I mean, it kind of feels like older era Jimmy Eat World, though I guess I don't know that it's kind of in the middle there. I don't know. I guess it depends what you would consider. But like, I think of later era Jimmy Eat World, it's one of the best ones. Though I also think the last two records are some of their best. Like really Surviving, like I said, is like my third favorite. And whatever the last one was that Invented? I'm trying to remember. I think it might have been Invented.
Integrity Blues.
Yes,
was pretty good.
Yeah, Integrity Blues. That one was really fucking good too. Here's the thing, actually. Can I say this? And I didn't think about this until now, but that album got a lot of comparisons to Futures. I actually think they did a better job on that one with the concept I think they were going for. Like you were talking about how it's like a sad kind of record. It's kind of melancholic. I think on there's more of an ambiance. Like you know what I mean? Like there's more of a, like even production wise, there's more shit going on like there was on Clarity. And I think it was almost a more focused idea of Futures because I know it gets that comparison, and I think there's shit where it's like Sure and Certain's a good I think example of that where it's like I don't think it's totally off where it's something that kind of sounds like something you would hear on Futures, but I think it's almost a better focused idea of Futures. Like I think it's a better continuation of it, you know. So like, and I'm not saying that it's a better album. I would probably still put Futures over that. But I think in the terms of if you're thinking about what they were going for, I would say they were more successful on Integrity Blues. But I mean, I don't know. Like, where do you guys sit on Futures? I mean, like Kyle, you sound like you're more of a casual fan. I mean, do you give a shit at all about that? Because like, if you're a fan, like so many fucking people, it's normally either Futures or Clarity. And I know Zach, you're You have a different one, and I actually respect your opinion.
Yeah, this is going to be one of my points. So my point, this is going to be my first point, okay?
Get in it, bro. But actually, first talk about futures, and then get in it, dude.
Okay, I remember once just driving my car at night, and I put on the Futures album because that's how I listen to music. I just listen to full albums. But it was just like sad as fuck, and like honestly, it's a record I skip over very often, and I just remember it just being like, it's like choose me or choose the drugs, like just very dark stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, it needs to be talked about, but like, I don't know, it's not the kind of music I go looking for. So I don't know. I just think it's definitely a good album. I don't know. It's just kind of one I skip over. It's just not.
It sounds like you're almost like me. I mean, it almost sounds like you have almost the same opinion as I do. It's not a bad record, but it's not their best. Like, I love Jimmy Eat World, but I don't think it's so coveted by so many people, and I'm like, it's a good record, but I don't think it's like one of their best at all.
No, dude. I just think, yeah, Futures is just really dark, and I don't want to say like just whiny, because obviously like Jimmy Eat World's an emo album, and like all emo is relatively whiny.
Now, when you say Jimmy Eat World, are you talking about Bleed American?
I'm talking about Jimmy Eat World.
Sorry, I got confused. Sorry, I thought you meant an album, and I thought you were being all fucking Joser like and talking post 9/11 and calling it fucking Jimmy Eat World instead of Bleed American.
Dude, I had the Bleed American copy. I still have my the original one my dad got me when I was in the middle on the radio, and it still says Bleed American. It's not the reproduction where they took it off the case. So I Zach's not sympathetic to 9/11. Here's the fucking.
What? Here's the Bleed.
Dude, bro, that's messed up. You can't say that shit.
Here's the Bleed American.
That's gonna be on the internet. It's just like Zach.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm a fucking asshole. Yeah, I'm sorry. That was a cheap joke.
I know. Like,
I'm so sorry.
Guard, I was like, holy shit.
I'm sorry. I take the blame.
No, but
boy,
Bleed American by Jimmy Eat World is my favorite Jimmy Eat World album. That was the greatest segue, I would say.
Can I say something too, real quick? And I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt you again. And this has nothing to do with 9/11. And we talk a lot about that actually, because me and Kyle were talking about it last time. We were talking about Elevator. We're talking about 9/11 a lot on this podcast. Yeah, this is becoming a 9/11 podcast. Anyway, sorry. But this is what I was going to get to, because Zach, I knew that your favorite album is Bleed American, and that's why it makes sense why you said you're not as into Futures, because you're like, it's kind of dark and sad, because Bleed American is really. It's honestly, like, to me, like that's this like really good measure where it's not too pop rock like some, like, and actually, like, I really like Chase This Light, but that's a really, really pop rock record. And I feel like Bleed Americans is really in the middle, where it's pop punk and it's pop rock and it's emo and it's alternative and it's kind of indie. It's like, it's all these influences really honed in really well. You know what I mean? It's like, it is kind of that meeting in the middle. It is the connection between Clarity and Futures, you know, and it is kind of, it's a more, there's emo songs, but it's not a dark album. You know what I mean? Like, there's songs like Your House where it's like, okay, that's a pretty emo song, but I don't know that it's like a sad song. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
dude,
it's not sad in the same way.
Oh, definitely not.
Because there's a beauty, actually, like you were talking about with Clarity. Like, there's kind of a beauty to that song, you know. And
I
fucking
agree.
Angel, whatever, or Hear You Me. God damn, that song will make you cry, dude. That is a sad song. That song will make you fucking cry. God damn it.
So, I know you probably know this, Anthony. Kyle, have you ever heard the Authority song?
Maybe like my Jimmy Eat World like experience is like I've heard all the hits and I've heard shit tons of their songs and like their albums, but it's never been a thing for me to like listen to their albums. Like I need to listen to Bleed American, I need to listen to Clarity or whatever. It's just kind of like, yeah, I think they're a good band
in that order.
Yeah, it's like I think they're a good band, but I've never like gone out of my way to like really invest time into listening to them. But I've heard a shit ton of their songs and I like them, just not enough for me to be like I need to get this album or this discography. But,
okay, so you don't have a huge opinion on any of this.
Their songs is just their songs and their albums to me, like because I was mainly like a 2000s era kid when it came to like that kind of music. That all the songs I've heard, I don't know what albums they're on. I just heard a lot of their songs.
God damn, he's exposing himself as a Joser. God damn.
Yeah. Hey, this is going to be a pretty
no, I'm fucking with you, dude.
Exposure Joser episode.
Joser Eat World, dude.
Joser Eat World.
No, that's okay. That wasn't actually funny. I don't know.
Okay, no.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
You ever just say something that you think's funny, then you go, "Oh, that really actually wasn't funny."
No. This is an episode exclusively for almost admitting to ourselves in some way, shape, or form that maybe we are a bit of
we're fucking shitheads.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you know what I was just thinking of though? What's funny? Well, I don't know if it's really funny, but I swear this is the last time I'm going to bring up 9/11. But like, no, I swear. You can quote. That's the quote of the podcast. This is the last time I'm going to bring up 9/11. But anyway, like, you know what's funny? Like we call it Bleed American now, but there's a time where calling it Jimmy Eat World was like calling French fries freedom fries. It's like that.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's the same thing. Like
man.
we don't call it Bleed American in this house. We call it Jimmy Eat World.
Did you actually have friends that were like, "Don't call it Bleed American"?
No, because I had no friend. My friends had the shittiest taste. I don't think I've ever. I can't say that now. In my 20s, I have a lot of friends who have really good taste in music. But in like my teen years, my friends had bullshit taste in music. Like maybe at most we had like the commonality of like Blink-182 and like Green Day, like really surface like pop punk. But like none of my friends had like good taste or like, you know, were people who would like turn me on to a band. Like they were all fucking Josers.
Bro, you know you love Soulja Boy and the Dixie Chicks.
I don't know if I've like I must have told you that before because you just named like two of like, well, my number. Okay, like this is like, I can't say that, and it's not. It's another plane. I'm not going to keep referencing plane crashes, so I'm not going to say that. But the two artists that I hate the most in this world, maybe this is an unpopular opinion. Actually, Zach, I think it kind of is with you. I think this is kind of a soft spot, and I'm not entirely sure.
Wait. We haven't given Kyle one, and I know where you're going with this. We have to give Kyle
okay.
one.
You know what? Let me hold.
And then we'll circle back.
This is good. Yeah. This is good, Brad. That actually is. Zach, that's really good broadcasting because that lets me pen up my anger and be ready for it. So yes, you are right, Kyle.
I know
I'm sorry.
Exactly who you're going to talk about.
I know. So
I actually have a point for that.
Let's let him do this. Cool. And I will say, all I'm going to say is I'm going to expose this man for writing some really fucked up songs about his father. But anyway, go ahead.
What the hell? Hey, also, Anthony thinks 9/11 was a conspiracy.
No, motherfucker. No, dude, that was you. No, that was totally you, Zach.
I had to get back at you.
Nah, Zach, you're the one who was telling me before the podcast started. You're like, oh, unpopular opinions.
No, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know what you're doing on, like, whatever it is. If you have to think about something for more than, like, 5 seconds, it's going to be super fucking terrible, so I don't want to hear what it is.
I have an unpopular opinion. Fucking beams don't fucking melt at those fucking temperatures.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
All right, it's Kyle's turn.
I have two different routes I can go because I kind of brought it up.
Just don't bring up 9/11, whatever you do. I don't care what route you go. Just don't go the 9/11 route.
No, I promise you, I have nothing like that. But I have like the general music section, and then I have like the band section.
Ooh, hit us with a general.
Deciphering. Okay, yeah, I'll go with general then first. My number one, because I'll probably go with my most. This is probably my most controversial, but it's like a 1A, 1B, depending on who you ask. But
ooh, I'm gonna hate you after this.
I think you will, especially after this one.
Fuck, and I like you.
I think vinyl is fucking stupid.
No, I don't disagree. It's extremely overrated.
Oh.
I don't think
it's extremely hyped and really like the market's stupid. Like people will like buy excessive amounts of vinyl and then just like sell it on like eBay for like 10 times the price. It's like the most insane thing.
Well,
like,
now don't talk shit about that because it is the holidays and I've had to flip some of my now listen, I hate to cross promote, but I am going to take this time to cross promote and say if you go back and listen to it was like episode 45 or I don't know, it was like 3 or 4 episodes before this and it's called Spending Too Much Money at Record Stores. I talk about how I got into records back in like 2010, 2011 when you could go to a Hot Topic, you go in the clearance section and buy the fuckers for like literally $5. Like I was buying records for $5 fucking dollars. And then it got fucking bloated where you could start buying them at fucking Guitar Center and Barnes and Noble and all these places and they're like charging $30 for a goddamn like Pink Floyd record and there's like no and like also that's the other thing, it's like you're like in your favor, and this is someone who buys records, you're paying, and this is what I've never understood with piracy. People refuse to pay $10 for a CD, but they will go pay $20 or $30 for something that you cannot play in a car, you cannot burn. If it doesn't have a fucking download code, you can't put it on your computer. It's the least convenient way to listen to music. I mean, even cassettes you can rewind and fast forward. Like,
yeah, definitely.
But it's the most expensive fucking thing. So it's like, I don't disagree with you because if you don't collect vinyl, I see where you're coming from. So I can't even shit on you with that one, dude.
Dude, I like it, and I don't even like that. I like it. Like I spent like
it is cheesy, isn't it? It's kind of cheesy. I'm like. I bought one of my favorite albums is The Starting Line, Say It Like You Mean It, and I like really wanted to listen to that, but it cost me $75 fucking dollars to do so. God damn.
Now let me ask you this though, because this is like one of the things that like part of my argument, and it hasn't been said yet, but you brought up like a portion of it. You said you bought it to listen to it, even though like you don't like that you're liking it, like to buy vinyl. Did you pretty much just buy it almost maybe for the fact that not only is it a band that you like, but there's a nostalgia factor to listening to a record?
No, I more have a nostalgic thing for like cassettes and CDs. Like I like cassettes a lot, actually.
Well, I have a response though. I have a response. Can I chime in?
Sure.
And explain? This is at least for me. I don't know, Zach, and I feel like maybe this explains what you feel as well. There is something when you collect vinyl, it's kind of cheesy. Like I really get it. Like it goes back again where it's like it's so dumb that you're paying $20, $30 for this really inconvenient thing. But if you love a record, there is kind of an excitement to buying it again. Like even though you already own it, if there's a record you really love, like I own a couple copies of Take Off Your Pants and Jacket on vinyl, and it's like you can never, like this sounds really, I guess it sounds really cheesy, maybe you can relate to this like a nostalgia factor. You can never relive the first time you like listened, like you can never relive the first time you listened to Take Off Your Pants and Jacket or going to the store and buying it. But it's really cool to go to the store and buy that album again and get like, you know, a limited variant of like, you know, 300 copies. Like there is something, like I'm not saying it's the same thing as the first time you hear it, but it's just kind of fucking cool, you know? Like, I remember getting and I'm not like this anymore. I really don't go to record stores much and buy records, but like I remember buying American Idiot years ago, and it's like, it was kind of cool because it's like, goddamn, it was like 10 years after I was like, you know, I was maybe like 23 at that point. And it's like, goddamn, I remember being like 13 buying the CD, and now it's like I'm buying it again, you know? So there's kind of that, probably the same reason why motherfuckers go to Guitar Center and a 45-year-old dude's paying fucking $35 for Dark Side of the Moon on vinyl, and it's like the fifth time that he's bought it in his life. You know what I mean? It's like he's bought it so many goddamn times, but it's like because he loves that record, you know? So it's like, I don't know. I mean, maybe you disagree, Zach, but I feel like that's part of the allure to
I
it.
disagree.
God damn,
I mean,
dude.
I disagree.
Can I tell you guys one story that's gonna just like tie like this and the last thing we were talking about together in a weird way?
Do it up, bro.
I was at a Jimmy World show,
Hell
and
yeah.
I bought Bleed American on vinyl at the merch booth. And I took it home the next day. I stayed at like the hotel right next to it. And I took it home the next day, and I played it, and it was warped. And I literally, I thought it was like worth a shot. So I just DM'd Jim from Jimmy World, and he just responded to me, just give me your address. And I sent him my address, and he sent me a whole new like Bleed American album and like to my house.
That's fucking
Like,
cool.
That's right.
Like,
Yeah,
that just shows like how cool like and personable some bands can be, and like you know, vinyl gets fucked up. That's another reason. Like, you have to like keep it in such like weird like storage. Like you have to like, you can't like lay them flat. You can't be in like really warm rooms or something. I'm not for sure, but
Well, no,
like,
dude, like to kind of go what you're saying, and like I was saying earlier, and I also want to reiterate, like I did on my episode, I don't flip records because really, I do sell them. Like when I need money, for years I have. Like if I need money and I have a record that's worth a lot of money,
yeah, dude,
like,
yeah.
Like,
I mean,
dude,
it's anything.
I'll be honest, dude. I sold both my Something corporate records this past month.
Leaving through a window?
Yeah, I sold both of them, and they both sold for over $200. And I'm
Damn.
sorry,
Holy
but
I know that one's
I don't-
rare.
like-
Was it the white one?
no, I think they're both black. But dude, they're honestly some of the best sounding albums in my collection. But to be honest, I don't really listen to my records all that much anymore. So I'm like, they're not worth $200 to me. If somebody's willing to pay $200, like that's what I mean. Like I'm not a flipper. Like I never bought that for the intention to sell them. But if someone says, "Hey, I'm going to give you $200 for that album," it's just like, I love that album, but I haven't listened to it in a couple years. Like I even bring my record collection to Minneapolis with me. So I lived a whole year without my collection. So I'm very now like, I'm kind of detached from it emotionally because I'm like, I lived for quite a while without it, that I'm just kind of like, yeah, I like them, but I don't really collect them anymore. And also like you were saying, dude, though, like that's the thing is like shipping them's kind of a pain in the ass because you have to really ship them correctly. Because like you said, like you do shit with them, it's very easy. Like I have to make sure they're packed in. You have to put a bunch of cardboard in to make sure that they don't move at all. You're really supposed to take the vinyl out of the jacket and just take it outside of it and just put them both in the dust jacket, but take it outside of there so it doesn't fucking swish around and break through the cardboard.
Someone did that when they mailed one to me, and I didn't know why, but now I know that's
That's
cool.
a good thing. If someone does that, that's a good thing. They know what they were doing.
And I'm glad because it was like the most expensive vinyl I ever bought. Take this to your grave, $100 just on a black vinyl.
This is
Oh my God.
This is kind of problematic, but I think the record that I spent the most on ever. Now this was in 2011, so I just want to say that this is 2011, but brand new fucking your favorite weapon.
That is a great album.
This was 2011. But dude,
okay,
listen.
yeah, pre anything.
But listen. I got, if you know anything about this, Iodine Records originally pressed it back in the day when it first came out. Now in 2011, people didn't give two fucks about records. And brand new, there's still demand. But the funny thing is, an expensive record at that time was $100. Like me selling something corporate for those for like $200 each, That never happened back then. An expensive, like you, dude, you were talking about Take This to Your Grave. I bought that for $50 in 2010, and that was expensive then. I was like, fuck, $50 for this record? And like that thing's worth like almost $300 now. But like back then, fucking back then, fucking like $100 is expensive for a record. But anyways, I think the dude who owned Iodine Records was selling like a bunch of copies of Your Favorite Weapon on eBay, and I got him to sell me. He sold me one for $75 that was unopened, and then I got him to sell me an open one for like $45. So altogether, that cost me like $120, $130, maybe a little more. I think altogether it was like $135 for 2 copies of this. One unopened, one opened, which was white vinyl, which is the rarest one. There was 100 copies made. And like those things are worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars now. Like back then, it was like that was a big spending. Ooh, actually, oh my God, my heart breaks. God damn, I'm gonna break my own heart. I forgot about one though. I don't want to sidetrack too much, but I've brought this up before. Fuck RJ, the guy who fucking runs Mightier Than Sword Records, or did, I should say. But that cocksucker.
I heard that was the best record company though.
He pressed great records, and I have the Enema of the State vinyl pressings, which is the first time I was ever on vinyl. They're great, dude. The quality's amazing.
They're the best.
They really are.
And I don't have one, but I heard they're the best.
That motherfucker though, take this to your pants and jacket. Fucking take off your pants and jacket.
Yeah.
When he pressed that motherfucker did it right when I graduated high school, and I bought every variant. Because it's fucking awesome. If you've ever seen it, because Shop Radiocast pressed it. A couple years later, they did it. Like, it did come out. And it's really cool. It has all the bonus songs on 7 inches. So each 7-inch.
I know. I want that. That's if I ever get that album, which I don't have it.
I own a copy. It's fucking cool.
Yeah. That's like, if I ever get a copy of that album on vinyl, that's the one I want. I really only have I think Dude Ranch and the Mark, Tom, and Travis show on vinyl, and I think that's it.
I have most their. I think I have most their albums. I think I have almost all.
I don't
of them.
have one record.
There's, you know what though, dude? Like I said, I don't blame you.
You don't like them.
I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not against people not liking them. Yeah, like it's not a.
Yeah.
You know what though, and I've like the thing is like, and I almost gloat about this, but like I might be the only person whose record collection has become an investment where I've probably profited off it over the years. Because really, I've spent an ungodly amount in record stores, but I've also made, I've sold records for 3 or 4 times what I've paid for them. Like, more than a few times. Like a lot. Like, to the point where you start looking at it's like, it's a hobby that paid for itself. Because I don't do it anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I bought I think the only record I bought this year was the Replacements' Pleased to Meet Me box set. I think that might be the only record I bought all year. Like, I don't go and buy records anymore like I did. So really that hobby I don't do anymore. And I think I kind of got my money back in a way, which most people don't do for a hobby. So I got to say, it's
just a crazy market because, dude, people are fucking crazy for it. I bought a $30 Dogs Eating Dogs, like 7-inch or something this summer, and then the next day they were sold out and for sale for like $150.
Oh no, dude! I've seen that on eBay. Those are crazy. You can't get that album for under $100 something.
But people buy them.
That's fucking. Well, that's my thing, dude. It's like. Again, it's like, and I'm not shitting on anyone, but I'm just like, I would never pay what they're paying. That's why I'm like, if you want to pay me that money for those records, it's like, personally, I would never pay that for an album. But if you want to pay that, like, okay.
Okay, so that's like why, like, and this is gonna be like my last thing on the vinyl.
Yeah, then we can move on.
When an artist comes out with like a cool box set, so I'll actually give you an example. The Wonder Years just pressed the Upsides and Suburbia together and like this like 4 vinyl box set, and it was like $75. But that thing is gonna
say something about that? Thank God I recently sold those records for a lot of money because they're definitely about to lose their value now that they're being repressed on that. Because they were very rare for.
Incredibly,
I sold them.
Starting to sell
Dude,
their old ones.
I just sold them off not long ago because I didn't know that was coming. But I had unopened copies. Dude, from the clearance bin, I bought the upsides for like $5. I bought like 3 copies once for $5, all because they were $5. I'm just like, why the fuck wouldn't I buy 3 copies of this? It's only $5. Like, so I owned a bunch of them. And same with Suburbia. I owned a few copies of that. Like,
Suburbia is a great album.
They are. Well, they are. And actually, that's.
I guess.
Oh, okay. You know what?
You probably like neck deep.
We have a couple things here that. Well, no, we got to get back. I think we were talking.
Let's get heated. Now we're getting heated.
But I have a Wonder Years opinion. Should I get into that, or should we go back to the artist thing? Because one of my unpopular opinions has to do with the Wonder Years. So where do you guys want to go?
Well, go back to your first thing where you were talking about who are about to. Yeah, go back to the first thought.
Who I want to die? Maybe not die. Oh, the other thing I was going to say, though, Zach, when you DM'd Jim, you didn't mention the second DM you asked him, right? There was that one you were telling me about where you asked him if it's true where if you played Sweetness backwards, you could hear him say Bush did 9/11.
Bro, I didn't.
No!
Yeah, if you play Sweetness backwards.
So many.
Bush did.
You literally said like 20 minutes ago.
Oh, wait, I'm so sorry. Okay, dude, I'm sorry. You're right. All right. Let's get off of that.
Who do you want to die?
Okay, here's the only thing. This next topic, in a way, is 9/11 because these artists are the musical equivalent of 9/11. And my 2 most hated artists, who I hate more than anything in this world, I want to hit their faces with sledgehammers. I want to curb stomp them. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know if that'd get me sued. I don't mean it. I only mean it metaphorically. I'm a poet. But fucking John Mayer and Sammy Hagar are the 2 biggest fucking musical hacks in the entire world, in the entire universe. And here's the funny thing, though, about it, too. And I was thinking about this. Sammy Hagar went in and ruined a really good band. He went in and ruined Van Halen. John Mayer went in and made a really shitty band, the Grateful Dead, somehow made them even worse. The Grateful Dead already fucking sucked. Now you add John Mayer to it. This is even worse. And I don't know if that's worse or the fans are. I don't know if a parking lot full of Deadheads and John Mayer fans are fucking shittier than the Grateful Dead and John Mayer. But that itself sounds like 9/11.
Oh my God.
And I hate Van Halen's so fucking good. And you know what? Here's my hot take. Maybe this is an unpopular opinion in the fact that I sound like a heartless prick. But a couple months ago when Eddie Van Halen died, all I could think was, I wish it was fucking Sammy Hagar. Why couldn't it have been fucking Sammy Hagar? Why wasn't it Sammy? I don't know. Why wasn't it Sammy, dude? Why couldn't it have been that guy?
I don't give a shit about Sammy Hagar, but I do have his signature hashtag, and like I took it into a repair shop because I thought I had blown the tubes because it sounded weird.
No, it's just a shitty amp.
It just sounds like ass.
Yeah, it's just a shitty fucking amp. Why you would buy that is beyond me.
What amp?
It sounded really good with my Tom DeLonge Strat. It sounds really good when you crank it, the gain all the way up. It's a good high gain amp, but like other than that.
Wait, what amp?
It's a Crate Blue Voodoo.
Okay.
Model, and it's a fat red, bright red half stack. It looks awesome. I don't tell people it's Sammy Hagar because it's honestly a great looking amp. No, bro, it's a cool amp. I actually recorded most of my punk album with it, and
there's nothing punk about Sammy Hagar, dude. I'm sorry, I like you, but fucking
yeah. And also my unpopular opinion is that John Mayer is the greatest guitarist of our generation.
You're a piece of shit. Because here's the thing about that, and I think I told you this, Zach, but are you kidding?
I think he's great.
You're a motherfucker. You're both motherfuckers. Dude,
He's a terrible like boyfriend, but a great like a phenomenal musician.
How can you be a fan of someone?
Yeah, Kyle would know. He dated John Mayer.
Do you know?
I did.
Do you guys know? Do you guys know?
Who do you think?
Do you guys know that he wrote "Your Body Is a Wonderland" about his dad?
That is not true.
How the
you've
fuck
been
can
saying
you
that
be
for
a fan
years.
of that? How the fuck can you be a
Is
fan
that
of
true?
someone?
That
Yes,
is
he wrote
awesome.
that song about his dad.
Well, then that's
true.
Like
That is
Blink-182.
No, there's two. There's
if Tom
two
did it,
songs.
You would think it was cool, bro. If Tom DeLonge wrote that song, you were like, "Oh shit, that's a slapper off take off."
Well, no, here's
jacket.
the thing. Here's where I'm a hypocrite. It's not even that. I think that the Starting Line's "Bedroom Talk" is a good song, and Kenny Vasoli wrote that about his
Worst
dad.
Starting Line song.
He wrote that about his dad too, and I actually
Dude,
like
why
that
do you
song.
say these things? No, these guys are not writing sexual songs about their fathers. They're writing them about their girlfriends.
At least
bro.
Kenny's straight up about wanting to tear your ass up. John Mayer gets metaphorical about his dad. Like, he calls his dad's body a wonderland. Like, you're a fan of that? Like, I can't get behind that. That's incest.
I never really realized it, but Kenny Vasoli or whatever from the Starting Line, he really does just like straight up like just admit he's into butt stuff in that chorus. He's like, I'm gonna tear your
It's pretty
ass
straightforward. Yeah, no, it's pretty like they're like that's kind of like what we were talking about earlier about like Jimmy Eat World being metaphorical and then just being straightforward. It's not a metaphorical song. There's not a lot of metaphor there. It's a very straight. Even in the title, the title's pretty straightforward. Anyway, are you guys now? You guys are both Starting
here,
Line
I'll tell you
fans.
something.
I'm very stoked that they're doing that online thing where they're playing Direction and based on a true story. And then it's
When are they doing that? I'm gonna buy a ticket.
I think next month. And then it's funny because they're doing that, and then the third night is the best of night. And
yeah, I'm gonna get a ticket to that. They're like selling them separately, right?
They are. But I'm kind of a dick. But I was thinking about that, and I was thinking if that's the best of night, that means they're just gonna play "Say It Like You Mean It" front to back.
Yeah,
dude, that's what I want. Why are they messing with the fans?
I'm just being a dick. I love the Starting Line, but I mean, I just feel like the best of is going to be all fucking "Say It Like You Mean It" songs.
This whole episode is based off being a dick and just having shit opinions. So
yeah, and I love Kenny Vasoli and all that. I love Islander and fucking Starting Line.
I shipped him a guitar once, and it was awesome.
Oh, that's right. I want to smoke weed with Kenny
Line?
Vasoli. That's a dream.
You did.
Yeah, early in my Guitar Center days, I'll rapid fire through this. An order came in for an Epiphone Sheridan semi hollow body. It was for Kenny, and like I recognized the name. I made sure it was the same person, and I like left him a note like in the box of like how much of a fan of his music I was, and then like I shipped it off to him. And then like a week later, I got in trouble at work with a screenshot from my Twitter talking about how I shipped Kenny a guitar, and I almost got fired.
Shit, dude.
Weird.
That's crazy.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Damn. You know, the other thing I will say on him, and then we'll get back on, but talking about how lyrics are very literal, "Making Love to the Camera" is the weirdest song. That song's about having sex with a camera. It's the weirdest fucking thing. How do you even fuck a camera?
Hey, it's the most beautiful thing. Have you ever watched American Beauty?
No.
It's a weird fucking movie, man.
Does someone fuck a camera?
No, just don't worry about it.
I'm just not sure. Does someone fuck a camera? Like, I don't know. What does making love to the camera mean?
No, there's in the movie American Beauty. Okay, have you seen in Not Another Teen Movie how there's that kid
that
they kind of reference that has a camcorder? Yeah, you know how there's a kid that they kind of reference throughout the movie has a camcorder and he's just really awkward and weird. Yeah, and there's that bag that follows him.
Yeah.
In the movie American Beauty, this kid is like filming like on a camcorder like his neighbor, and like he's like in love with the girl, but the dad is like super fucking weird, and he like it's one of those weird things you have to see, but that's what they're referencing in Not Another Teen Movie. And yeah, it's like he's filming like this family, quote unquote, and it's like really creepy shit. So making love to a camera is a loose reference to that movie.
Oh,
in my
fuck.
head.
I didn't know that. That's a good record. I love
Yeah.
that. And actually, speaking of that, too, going back to Jimmy Eat World, they're doing their 3-album thing, which was making – that's why I started thinking about it, because they're doing Clarity, Futures, and Surviving. And I started thinking about it. I'm like, I'm more excited to hear Clarity and Surviving than I am Futures. If I think about it, I'd rather hear those. And I don't really check out a lot of those online ones, except for, like – actually, shout out Quarantunes, which I did we're recording this. I did it yesterday. That was fucking fun, and that's really cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, thank you, dude, for watching that. That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
I've never really watched like the paid ones, but like I've done a few of those, like the Quarantunes and shit like that. Are real fun to watch. But I might actually pay to watch them do Clarity and Surviving and Futures. Same with the Starting Line. I might pay for that to see them.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay for the Starting Line one. I actually paid for the Wonder Years live stream like a few months ago. They did some Blink songs. It was like
I
for
saw
the
that they were doing
anniversary
like
of
a
the
cover
Mark Tom
set.
and Travis show.
Yeah, they're doing a cover set.
It was pretty good.
You know,
Yeah, it was good.
I drove Zach. Actually, I think I told you this when it happened. I'm going to text you this, but I think like it was like 2 months ago. I was listening to that record, the Mark Tom and Travis show, and I'm going through a Dunkin' Donuts. And I kind of forget that I'm listening to the Mark Tom and Travis show, and it's like I have it turned down because I'm going through the drive-thru, but it's like it's still loud enough where like it's audible to the girl handing me my coffee, and it's like right as a song's ending, and I don't even remember what it was, but I think it might have been Mark Hoppus saying, "Let's give it up for blowjobs." Like, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It starts saying that as she's like handing me my coffee, and it's like, oh, I forget. This is an album that you really can't play with the windows down or around people.
Hey man,
Yeah,
I played Blowjob for my dad and his friend and my dad's friend's son last night, and they all loved it. I was like, dude, it's just a song about two happy dudes singing about what they want.
Did you introduce it as your favorite Blink-182 song? You're like, you guys, this is my favorite Blink-182 song.
It is.
They were playing this.
That's Zach's
band.
unpopular opinion.
No, they were playing this band that was like totally ass, and I'll tell you what band it was. It was
John Mayer.
Oh man, it was like really terrible. I gotta remember. Trying to go through my Spotify here.
Yeah, and one of those guys are gonna go home after hearing that and write a song about his dad. You know that, right?
Oh no. I mean, people love writing fucked up songs about their dads. That's just what it's about. John Mayer's a monster, though. I fucking hate that guy.
Yeah,
like
he's
I said
an
before,
amazing guitarist.
No, he's not.
He's a shitty boyfriend. He's shitty in relationships, but so is Taylor Swift. And look how good their careers are going.
I'm such a dick. I remember my friend was a big John Mayer fan. And he was going to see John Mayer, and then John Mayer got sick and got canceled. And I would laughed in his face when he told me that. And he was so bummed and disappointed. And I just laughed in his face and started roasting him for liking John Mayer. And I started thinking about that later. I'm like, that's really shitty. To be fair,
are you talking about when John Mayer got canceled and because of all the things he was talking about?
No. This is 2012. He got sick. He got he literally couldn't sing. I think.
I knew about.
There was
a
thing. Moment where
lived
he
in
almost
Montana for a few years.
I think there was a moment where he almost wasn't ever going to be able to sing again, and it happened. Yeah, my friend had tickets, and then all of a sudden he was so excited for months. And because that was the thing, for months I was roasting him about it anyways, and then it got canceled. And I just was relentless. I'm a fucking asshole.
Zach, are you looking for your next one or what?
Oh, actually, I have
Oh.
one we could go off of if not.
No, I figured. Okay, so my friends, my dad's friend and his son were playing Steel Panther, and they were kind of jokes.
I
on
like
those songs.
Steel Panther.
Ew, no,
so
they're ass.
good.
They are good, dude.
You're ass.
How do you not? Okay, now this is a good one. How the fuck do you not like that? Now, do you realize it's a joke?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it doesn't even sound good. It's like
Dude.
Are you
really
kidding?
awful sounding
It's
joke.
really well done. Like, it's a joke that's so well done that it legit sounds like a hair metal band. It legit sounds
I
like
know.
it was
Yeah,
an
exactly.
album from the 80s. Like, they have the joke spot on.
I don't know, man.
You're a fucking
They're-
idiot, dude. Sorry. God damn, I'm
They're-
sorry. Now I kind of feel bad.
No, it sounds like ass.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stand by
you're
it.
I'm just trying to make you
You're
cry.
just upset that you've never been able to join a gangbang at the old folks' home.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Whoa!
Yeah,
I actually used
motherfucker.
to work at a nursing home, man.
Oh, so what he's saying by that is don't count him out.
Yeah, there you go.
no,
There's always a chance.
no.
That's all that
That-
means is, what are you saying, guys? I used to work at one. After
So, like,
hours.
besides for the fact that that band is ass, I played them an actually good joke track song, which was Blowjob.
And what
That's
they
not
say.
a joke. That's just a real thing.
I mean, do you think
You know
people
what,
just, like,
though?
write
No,
songs
no.
about blowjobs to like just
Wait.
I think it was intended to be
Wait,
true.
you guys, that sounds about blowjobs?
Oh,
You say?
man.
That sounds about blowjobs?
Oh, boy. Have you ever heard of the Birds and the Bees, Anthony?
No, I could have swore I heard that Elevator was like a sequel to Blowjob.
No.
Blowjob was also about
No.
9/11.
Built This Pool is a
Oh.
sequel to Blowjobs.
What?
Ah.
Why you piggyback off the joke and it wasn't funny? God damn, dude.
I know.
Okay.
Fuck. All right, go to your next.
Controversial opinion number 2.
I'm about to say mine if you don't say yours, because I'm about to talk shit on the Wonder Years.
Dead air, go.
All right, I'm gonna talk. Actually, I like the Wonder Years, but what I'm gonna say is, It's been about 10 years since I really, really got into the Wonder Years and Man Overboard and Handguns, and eventually Forever Came Calling, and just all those, and the story so far to a certain degree. I've never been a huge fan, but I like them enough. And just those
Story
bands.
So Far is the best band out of all the bands you just
Go fuck yourself. That's totally wrong.
I
That's
got
the worst
a
band
Forever
ever.
Came Calling CD for free
They're
from
fucking
Pure Noise,
good.
like at a Story So Far show. And
I'm gonna
I was
kick
just
you
like,
in the dick
what
if you
the
say it's
fuck
bad.
is this? I was like,
You're
I
a
got it for
fucking
free and I
idiot.
didn't even want it.
Damn, you're a fucking moron, dude. That's a great
Yeah.
fucking band.
Pure Noise was like, it had just come out, the one with the lion.
That's a
mask.
great record, Contender. Wait, you did you actually not listen to it? Because you would actually like that record, you moron. You would
Someone
actually
gave-
like it.
The label gave it to me for free, and I was like, I listened to it, and I was like, nah.
Oh, you did listen to it. Oh, well, you got
Like,
shitty
I
taste
think
in
I
music.
listened to it a little bit. I don't
You
know,
like
man.
John
I was just
Mayer,
all
dude.
about-
You like John Mayer. It's all right.
it just wasn't the story so far, It
Yeah,
was,
you're right. It was better. You're right. It wasn't the story so far.
right,
Anyway, before I was being rudely interrupted by the story so far, fucking fan. Like that era, that great era pop punk, it's like 10 years ago when it really kind of started, and I was like paying attention to it.
It was like the start of the sad boy.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it, like the beginning of that. And I look back now, and to be honest, I think early Man Overboard has aged better than the Wonder Years. And this is coming from
hell
someone,
no.
dude, in 2010, I don't know that I ever listened to an album more than I did than the Upsides. Like the Upsides, I can't, like in 12th grade, there's not an album that I think I listened to more. Real Talk probably rivals it. But like I listen back now, and I listen to Real Talk more than I do the Upsides, and I actually think it's better. Now, here's the thing. People talk about Man Overboard and say the lyrics are cheesy. But the thing is, I think it's aged better because there was never this expectation of it being this timeless record. The Upsides, I used to think the lyrics were kind of good, and I don't think they've aged well. They just sound cheesy a lot of the times.
No.
Like, I think...
Yeah, they did not age well at all.
Because and you guys can fucking destroy me here, but like Man Overboard, they were dude. She was chilling, looking hot in her bed, smoking pot. That's not Shakespeare. That's not amazing. Here's the thing, Man Overboard. This is going to be the most backhanded compliment. Man Overboard are like American Pie, in my opinion. American Pie is not a bad movie. It's not a bad movie series. But if you put that on expecting to watch The Godfather or Citizen Kane or like one of the greatest movies of all time, you're going to be greatly disappointed because it's a movie about a guy who fucks a pie. And like, Man Overboard's kind of like a movie about a guy fucking a pie in the sense that, yeah, you don't turn it on for the lyrics. But I don't turn Blink-182 on for the lyrics either. But anyway, it's kind of like that,
dude,
though.
I just can't get past that Man Overboard song that's like acoustic and they're like clapping and like...
Love Your
like
Friends Die Laughing? That's a great song. You're a motherfucker.
That's a good song.
That song's stupid as fuck, and it sounds bad.
Comes from the guy who loves the story so far.
Yeah, dude. The story so far. There's a What You Don't See is one of the best mixed new pop punk albums of like the 2010 era.
No, the only thing I'll give you is the first time I listened to them was I listened to their like first EP because I thought that cover looked cool. It's like a street corner and there's like a street light and a stop sign.
Yeah, while you were sleeping.
Yeah, I'm an OG motherfucker. That's the other thing is like I talk shit about stories so far, but I can back it up because I've like known about them till like fucking pre-soil and dirt shit. Like I've been onto them for a long time.
I like
OG.
that band. Like they just can I give my unpopular opinion because
Do it up. Do it up, dude.
It actually relates to this. So I wanted to say that I think that the drummer of the story so far is the most talented member and is like wildly overlooked because everyone just focuses in on that shouty dude, of course.
Well, here, can I... Oh, no, sorry, go ahead. And then I have something to kind of say
he's just
off
like,
that.
He's the best drummer in pop punk besides Travis Barker.
Well, you know who's very underrated, kind of keeping up what we're talking about, though? Even though I'm kind of talking shit about the Wonder Years, Mike Kennedy, their drummer, is
Mike
really
amazing.
fucking good. Dude, including on those first two, like Suburbia and the Upsides,
Coffee Eyes.
Not
Have you
only...
heard of
Well, that's the thing. Like,
Dude.
The tempos that they're playing at, he's still doing amazing drum fills. Like, he's playing tempos that a lot of guys cannot play fills at. And he's playing fucking fills during it. And it's like, it's
dude,
fucking
Mike
amazing.
Kennedy is a bad friend, but he's an amazing drummer.
Like, no, like, he is definitely an amazing drummer. And really, I mean, he's a good drummer on the other records, too. But I just mean specifically the ones where they're just really fast-tempo punk songs. It's fucking
like
amazing.
Guys or like...
Hey, Zach, do you like the song Coffee Eyes?
Shovel? Yeah, because I keep trying to talk about it. Because it has cool drums.
No, Dynamite Shovel's another really good one.
Dynamite Shovel. And then the only reason I was talking about Coffee Eyes is because, like, what?
Woke Up Older, because there's that bridge.
Oh, yeah.
And he just goes fucking nuts in the bridge right before it breaks down and it gets quiet.
Is that the one that's like $2.27?
No, that's...
that song?
Dude, that's Coffee Eyes.
Oh my god.
You fucking dumbass. That's Coffee Eyes.
Jesus, dude. Okay,
that's like the opening line. That's the opening line to Coffee Eyes.
I couldn't remember.
You're a fucking idiot.
I'm sorry I don't have all these bands like discography memorized. I have some of the bands.
Wait, can I just throw another
memorized.
disclaimer that like I would feel like a real dick? Like I just want to remind everyone that we're trying to make someone cry in this. Because I realize it's extremely rude. I keep calling my guests fucking idiots and things like that. But the whole thing is we're trying to get ratings up here. We need sponsors, folks. And I'm trying to make one of them cry, or maybe me. Who knows? I just want some waterworks from one of us.
I sent a couple email feelers out for you, Anthony. Maybe there'll be one on the horizon.
Did we find any?
No, but we're getting there.
But okay. Hey, that's better than nothing, dude. I can't wait to.
What are you guys talking about?
We don't want to jinx it. We don't want to say too much yet.
Yeah.
But it sounds good. Okay. It sounds good, and it also sounds delicious, much like strawberries.
Yes.
But
all I will say are great farms. Great farms.
Yeah, exactly. And anyway. Yeah, I mean, like with the Wonder Years, he is a great fucking drummer. Amazing drummer. They're all actually very good musicians. Like even like their bass player doesn't play fucking just straight up root notes. Like he's always doing interesting things. Like they're actually a very musically talented band. Like even though I think some of their newer albums are kind of boring and I'm not really into what they do anymore, it's not that they're not talented. Like, it's just not my thing. Like, I think they're extremely talented. Like, I can't, there's songs on The Greatest Generation, because like that's where I start to drop off. Like, I like half the record, but even the songs that I don't like, I go, this band is talented. Like, even if I don't love the songs, I'm like, fuck, it may not be the direction I like, but I'm not going to say this band's not good. Like, what they're doing is
Or that
really
album,
well.
yeah.
Yeah, like, I can't shit on it.
So my coworker, shout out to David, he loves the fucking Wonder Years. And like he was like so floored that I said like I only listen to the Upsides and Suburbia, like only.
That's all I really
and like
listen
maybe and maybe some of the EPs, Won't Be Pathetic Forever EP, I like that one. But
wait, I'm sorry to stop you, but when's the last time you listened to it? Because I used to really like it, and then I think I tried listening to it like a year or so ago, and it did not age well. Like, Suburbia and the Upsides aged okay, but that EP actually did not age all that great, and neither did Get Stoked on It. And I really liked both of them. I used to like those both very much in college, and neither of them were very good last time I listened to them. Basically, any of the Wonder Years with synth in it did not age all that well.
Yeah, but like it's kind of like 4 Years Strong used to have synth.
Okay, now I meant to ask you guys. I don't want to get
old
too
Wonder Years was like an
sidetracked.
easy-core band.
I don't want to get too sidetracked.
Old Wonder Years is easy core. Hey, wait.
It is actually. You're not wrong.
I'm just gonna throw one point out there, and I know this is like I'm doubling up, but this is a freebie. You can't just make up a genre by adding core to the end of the title. That's a freebie.
Well, the funny thing is, most easy core bands were just pop punk bands that had a double bass pedal.
Yeah, but
and breakdowns.
Well, that's where the double bass pedal comes into play. But
Yeah,
honestly,
but
but not for nothing, Fall Out Boy had breakdowns on their fucking albums. Like, I know they didn't have a lot of them, but they still technically had breakdowns in their songs.
Definitely, they always did up until like the breakup, the first one or whatever.
That actually goes well. We'll get back to this, but I have one pertaining to Fall Out Boy, which I don't know. You guys actually may agree with me, but I
probably will.
Let's see.
But getting back, I mean, I don't know. Like, what else do we have to say? That I'm just saying and I'm really thinking more like the Upsides and Real Talk. I think Real Talk aged better because, once again, I used to listen to the Upsides, and I don't know, it almost sounds embarrassing. I'm like I would really like listen to the lyrics and be like, oh my God, they're so good and stuff. And I listen back now, and I just don't think they aged that well. Where with Real Talk, I just listened to it because it was a great pop punk record. I never listened to it because I was like, these guys are poets. Like, I thought Soupy, I think, is a really good lyricist at one point, and I don't think he's bad. I'm just like, it didn't age well. It didn't have the charm. And to be honest, though, I wondered that back then. There's songs, Came Out Swinging's a song like that. Even back then, I was like, I like this, but it's like, I don't know if in 10 years, like, some of those lyrics will be that good or if they'll just wear themselves out. I think they kind of wore themselves out in a way. They were okay when they came out, and I'm just like, I don't like them that much now. And I liked the lyrics enough at one point where it bothers me where I don't listen to that much. I'll listen to some songs, like Came Out Swinging, or not Came Out Swinging, fucking Woke Up Older. Like, if I'm working out, that is a song that I will jump to all the time. Like, there's a couple Wonder Years songs I'll still play the shit out of. But for
dude,
the most
all my
part,
friends are in bar bands. Like, dude,
that's not a bad one.
That's a great song, and it features all the members of the Wonder Years like sing just a little bit at the end of the song. That's like, what song by any band can you, besides like maybe the fucking Beatles, like, can you say this song has every member of the band singing on it like within like 30 seconds?
Probably Newfound Glory in gang vocals.
No way.
In gang vocals?
Oh, yeah. Gang vocals don't count, though. Like, literal singing, like, parts.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
So, yeah, it's cool. Like, I feel like the Upsides is, like,
yeah,
honestly, it's a really it has like everything. It
Wait,
just
can
has
I
the
can I
slow
ask
stuff.
you something
Yeah.
though? And I'm gonna ask you
Yeah.
both. Kyle, do you listen to the Wonder Years? Like, do you listen to the Upsides and stuff? You on track with this?
I haven't listened to them since like 2012 when I downloaded all their music and realized it was trash.
Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, so I'm just gonna ask. I mean, if you have an opinion, no, if you have something to say, go ahead. But I just ask, so then it's that way. I don't feel like I'm leaving you out if I'm not like getting in on you with it, because you obviously don't give as much of a shit.
Yeah, no, I joined a band in like 2012, and it was more like a metal core band, I guess. But
Core? No core.
Yeah, that's why I said it like that, because we
Hell
weren't really
yeah.
a metal band, but we weren't really a metal band. That was the problem. So, but a lot of the members listened to like pop punk bands and stuff, and like the vocalist and bass player, he loved the Wonder Years, and we were starting to transition into more of like a heavier pop punk, easy band, and so I was like, yeah, like, what do you listen to? Like, I'll try to vibe off of what you're listening to. And like, he sent me like the entire discography of the Wonder Years, and I listened to it, and it just
up
sounded
until
just awful.
At 2012, the entire discography was Suburbia and the Upsides.
Well, and get stoked on it and won't be pathetic forever.
Yeah.
And the split with Bangarang.
Yeah, and I had that. I had everything up until that point. And it was just,
and the split was Stay Ahead of the Weather, and the Glamour Kills split.
It was literally like, I sat there listening to it, and I'm like, this is what the hype of this band is all about. Like, this is why everyone thinks Soupy is like a phenomenal musician and vocalist. Are you fucking kidding me?
And this is
like,
what I'm getting. This is what I'm getting at. Is what you're talking about. Is I was once that person, and I'm not shitting on him. I don't think he's a terrible vocalist or like even lyricist. But it was very much a thing where I think it was relatable at a certain age. You know what I mean? It was like it was a time and place. Yeah, like a very time and place.
It's about college.
Dude, you know what? You just hit the nail on the head.
About college.
And that was my
everyone like in college, like, well, I'm kind of experiencing now. I'm like kind of fresh out of college. All my friends are moving in with their girlfriends, and all my friends are in bar bands, man. It's relatable.
Okay, so this goes back to, though, then, you know what? All I'm doing is showing everyone else the light. This goes back to the Man Overboard thing. Man Overboard stays relatable because most of the songs are just about girls. Like that's just always relatable. That's no matter what age you are, college age or not, that's just something that stays, a constant. Whereas you're right, Zach, and I never really thought of that. The Wonder Years are amazing when you're in college and he is basically singing about your life. You're like, and that's why I think The Greatest Generation, you start to lose it because he's not being so autobiographical anymore.
I agree.
Some of it he is. I mean, not to be fair, there are some where he's very, very personal, but I think he starts changing there. But I do think there's change there where it starts to get a little more metaphorical. Whereas on the first two, with Suburbia and the Upsides, it is more like, holy shit, this guy's like singing about me. But it is. Dude, it's a time and place.
So many shitty college parties, dude. Like, I remember drinking vodka lemonade at this huge college party in this nasty-ass basement. They were serving the vodka lemonade out of a gas tank.
Oh,
like,
Jesus
that's
Christ.
Kind of like, that's like a Wonder Years lyric, though.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You know what I mean?
But see, that's the thing.
That's like something we saw in the movie Superbad.
Yeah, there you go. But like it is like, so like when it's going on in your life, you totally relate to it. Where later on, once you get to like your mid-20s, you're kind of like, I just don't relate to this much anymore. Where once again with Man Overboard, it's fun
to remember it.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. You will go down memory lane. Whereas Man Overboard, I'll still want to listen, just listen to a fun pop punk record. I'll just put on Real Talk. And that's what I've always done. I've always just listened to it because, like, I associate that record with Mowing the Lawn because it used to be a good, like, album to listen to on a sunny day while you mow the fucking lawn.
You. Yep.
So it's like, I think that aged better. You know what I mean? Like, that's never changed. Like, I can listen to it the same way I did when I was 18 and in 12th grade listening to that album for the first time. Whereas the upsides, I don't feel the same way. 10 years later, I mean, I listened to that album when I was 18 and in 12th grade. I've graduated high school and college since then. I mean, I'm 28 years old, so it's like I don't feel the way, I don't have the same feelings I did at 18. So it's like I don't feel that same way about Soupy's lyrics and their music and shit. Whereas Man Overboard, it's the same thing. Like, he did the same thing. It's like, oh yeah, there's songs about girls. Like, that's about it, you know.
Okay, but coming from like music, like take away all the lyrics, like, because I will say, like, out of all these bands, the new pop punk, the story so far is like my favorite. But here's the thing, like, that guy is like singing about a girlfriend that he's hung up on for like 3 albums. So like, here's the thing, like, and I was like, at one time, you know, in our teenage years, we were all hung up on at least one girl. So it was really relatable at that point. But now, you know, I'm still in the dating scene, but I don't like get hung up on women like that. So it's just like, it's not as like, this is so passionate. He's writing about his like ex-girlfriend. It's just like I don't relate as much anymore, if I'm being honest, but I still think the music is like amazing.
Well, and to defend
like, I think
that
the music
too,
is really good.
Like, to defend that idea where, like, and he's not the only one, but like people will criticize bands where it's like, oh, that guy just keeps writing about like that one girl or just this one subject. I'm not against someone doing that if you keep it fresh and original. Because if it's album, like you were saying, if it's album 3 and it's just the same songs recycled, then you got to stop that shit. If you can somehow keep the same topic going and it's still musically interesting, I'm fine with that. But if the songs start getting stale, it's like that. Then that's an issue. You know, that's a fucking problem. And the story so far, to me, like, my problem is too, all the albums just kind of sound the same to me. They, like, honestly,
they do.
There's a couple songs that stand out to me, but you could play most of those songs and I just go, they're all from Under Soil and Dirt. I'm like, I don't know. They're fucking all this one album.
Under Soil and Dirt is the straight up, like, I would say, their like attempt at a straightforward pop punk album. And then Steve Klein from Newfound Glory, well, he was in Newfound Glory, he produced What You Don't See. The story so far is technically like second or like third album or something.
Jordan Pundik did the artwork.
And he did the artwork.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, of course.
What if and Kyle's gonna laugh at this, and I don't know if Zach you'll get what this is. I hope you do. But what if it was instead? What if the album cover was the Boxcar Racer cover and it was called What You Don't Hear? Because of Jordan Pundik?
Oh God.
You know, that was a stretch. That was a real stretch.
Jeez.
Okay, wait, let's ask it. Okay, we got to bring this up real quick. I know this is so fucking left field. I know I have
pizza. Is Jordan Pundik, like, is he on Boxcar Racer? I feel like.
Oh my God, dude, my question. Okay, you just answered my question, Zach, because I was about to ask you if you could hear him in Cat Like Thief. The answer is no.
No, I know it's a no, but I feel like somewhere I read that, like, it was like he sings harmonies on like a background verse or something. Is that true or no?
Yes, it's in Cat Like Thief, but no one can hear it.
What song does he sing on?
I keep telling you it. Cat Like Thief.
No, dude, that's
No, he also sings on it. He also sings on it with Tim Armstrong.
Yeah,
I found it though, dude. I swear, and I sent you the clip the other day, Kyle. I swear I can hear where he's singing. But you know what it's kind of like? Yeah. Do you guys hear Matt and Dan much on fucking what Newfound Glory song do they sing on? It's on Sticks and Stones.
Oh, yeah, dude, I hear Matt totally. It's
see, I didn't hear it for a very long time.
Isn't it Belated?
That or something. It's not something I call no, because they did the And If I Had the Chance. What song is that? Tell all my friends that I'm dead. Forget my name.
Yeah.
Forget my name.
Yeah, forget my name. Yeah, dude.
See, I didn't think it sounded like them for a really long time. Like, now that I know I hear it, but for a long time I even realized it was them singing that.
Yeah, dude. I feel like I heard the song because, granted, I think I listened to more of Newfound Glory's discography before I really got into Alkaline Trios. But
I did too. I did the same thing.
I knew that there was another singer on there. I knew it wasn't Jordan. And I was like, I didn't know who it was. But when I was starting to get more into like reading about albums and like how they were recorded, I think I read that.
Yeah, it's that guy from Blink-182's on it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Mark Hoppus. Yeah, dude. Interesting.
I met Matt Skiba.
Oh,
I forgot. 2 members of Blink-182 are on Sticks and Stones. Matt Skiba and Mark Hoppus.
Hey, wait. Did you know that Sticks and Stones? Kyle, do you like that? You know the album we're talking about, right?
Where the fuck are you, dude? Did we lose him? Oh, fuck, we lost him. Let me add. Okay, this happened. This is bullshit. This happened when we were doing the Boxcar Racer album, and I thought it was Mark Hoppus every time, trying to cut it off because he didn't want us talking about fucking Boxcar Racer. He was against it. All right, let me find him. Let me call this motherfucker back. I still think it's the curse of Hoppus. All right, he's saying call me back in. We're doing it, dude. We're doing it. This is a raw fucking podcast. All right.
Literally, Mark Hoppus' name.
That's what
and then my phone hung up.
Dude, I just said the Hoppus curse. It's the fucking Hoppus curse, dude. Holy shit.
What the fuck?
Dude, it's not even a joke anymore. It's not even a fucking joke.
Dude,
Oh my God.
Honestly, those episodes, dude, are getting a lot of I'm not even kidding, are getting quite a few downloads, and I think one of them is at least one of those is Mark, and he's fucking pissed. He is fucking
that's so
pissed,
messed up.
Dude, we were
so
just talking
messed
about
up.
Sticks and Stones. Are you familiar with that album?
Of course, literally,
Okay.
the last word I heard before my phone hung up was Mark Hoppus. Hang up.
Oh hell yeah! So
That's so fucking funny.
I went to see Newfound Glory actually last year, and I went to this meet and greet, and all the band members were like dispersed, talking to different fans and stuff. But I was just kind of talking to Cyrus because he was just like super chill and just like talking about anything and just like signing whatever I had. But he told me that in October of 2001 he broke his arm. And like at like a party or something, or like a show party, and then they were set to record Sticks and Stones like in January of like 2002, like the first of the year or something. And he was like recovering his arm because it does take a while, like a few months to recover a broken arm. Anyways, Travis was set to record the entirety of Sticks and Stones. And there's actually demos out there.
That's fucking
like,
crazy.
And when he's doing the breakdown and understatement, Cyrus, it's not in the recording, but Cyrus does this thing where he's doing like a ride cymbal thing during the breakdown, and he says he does that because in the audio recording of understatement, Travis Barker's demo, he did a ride cymbal thing. And
that's fucking cool.
Yeah, so I thought that was like a cool fact that like I feel like not a lot of fans know that Travis Barker almost played for Sticks and Stones, and like
that's dope.
Dude, I want to hear that. I want the demos.
Yeah, that would be fucking. I can't believe that's never been released.
Dude, they're probably amazing.
Now that kind of if we're done with the Wonder Years, that actually goes into something I have with Travis Barker.
Cool.
And I don't know if you guys have opinions with Blink, and we can get into all of them now. But Travis Barker, and I mean, I don't have. I guess I have some, but this one going in with that. Travis Barker, when he plays pre-Enema of the State songs live, he cannot play. He overplays on them. He cannot play Scott Rayner songs well. He overplays and can't just play a straight fast punk beat. Like
they do sound like different. Like,
listen
it's just
to the Mark
style.
Tom and Travis show. They're not, and I'm not saying they're bad songs, but like go
Peggy
actually
Sue,
listen to Damn It or Peggy Sue or one of those.
No, dude,
it
Travis
has a
kills
different
Peggy
vibe.
Sue.
No,
Yeah,
man. Well, yeah, I mean,
But I don't think that's a bad thing.
but that's because on the bridge, he kills it. But it's because he has
that's what I'm
like
talking
he has a
about.
place to play though on there where that's kind of cool. The other song, like what's my age again, but like on Damn It and I'm trying to think, even like Pathetic and stuff like.
Voyeur, don't they do Voyeur?
Yeah, Well, there's a couple where he
And
almost even
Voyeur
seems
sounds weird.
he almost seems like he has trouble just playing a straight 1-2 1-2 1-2 1-2. Like there's almost times I think even on Josie's one where it's not like, once again, they're not terrible, but he cannot emulate Scott Rayner that well. And it really is a testament to Scott Rayner's playing, because yes, Travis Barker is one of the greatest fucking punk rock drummers of all time. But there's something to be said about a drummer like Scott Rayner who can just play a fast punk beat just straight like that the whole time. Like that's a fucking talent on in itself that really should be acknowledged more.
Yeah, no, I won't acknowledge that.
God damn
You don't like
you.
Scott Rayner?
Fuck you.
Honestly, I think Scott Rayner is a boring drummer.
Fuck
and the
you.
reason why Travis does what he does is because Scott's boring and he needs to change it up.
Yeah,
I don't
he's more
believe what you're
pumped than
saying.
Travis.
Oh,
Yeah,
he is
way
way
more.
more.
I don't care. It's boring. Like I don't like the basic punk.
Can
beat
I
that
ask
Scott
you
plays in
something
90%
though?
of songs.
So do you
Sure.
not like Bad Religion or something? Because like that's straight up like basic punk beats.
That is pretty Bad
I
Religion drumming.
Care about the drums.
Or No
Like,
Effects
it's
drumming. It's kind of like No
Yeah.
Effects.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just so. It's samesies. It's like cut, copy, repeat, cut, copy, repeat, cut, copy, paste.
I feel like it puts more
I'm good with
emphasis on the guitars and the lyrics.
Yeah, see, like
because that's why First Date's like jigga 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 like all crazy with the drums. Like I feel like obviously became like a third like songwriting tool. But like I feel like before the drums weren't as showcased, obviously, because it was more simple, but the songs themselves were more like thought out because they weren't relying as much on like, okay, Travis is going to do something really fucking crazy, so all we have to do is like write 45 seconds of something good.
Well, let me say something, and Kyle, actually, let me ask you, do you think, though, that if the revisionist history, and maybe I'm just thinking the other way just because I'm thinking of how they come out, so I can't think of them in a different way, but do you think Travis's drumming would have worked on like Cheshire Cat and Buddha and Dude Ranch? Like, do you think his drumming would have actually worked on those albums?
it's possible. It all just kind of depends on what they would have done, because at that point, for all we know, they could have been completely different records. Because when they got Travis, they used like Zach just said, they used them as like an additional songwriting tool, because they would ask him like, yo, like, what would you do here? And they actually gave him an option, or he's like, am I just going to play this, or can I do something different? And they were like, do whatever you think is cool. And so like it would be a completely different record. And I still love those records. I'm not going to bag on those records by any means.
You better
It's
not.
just, no. I love Dude Ranch. I love Cheshire Cat. I love Buddha. Like Buddha, I think is one of their better records. Like if you look at all of them.
How do
I
you
think
feel about
Buddha's
Fly
Fly
Swatter?
Swatter, bro.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just said
Fly
that. How do you feel
Swatter,
about
bro.
Swatter, motherfucker?
And
Yeah,
But, like,
Swatter honestly sounds like ass.
My unpopular opinion is that
Yeah.
Fly Swatter's their best album.
Lols, because it sounds like ass.
but like realistically, like I remember when I started really getting into Blink, the one thing was the biggest change for me was the drumming, and I realized that like it felt like Scott just played the same general beat in every song, and I felt nothing for it. Like it just was like, okay, that's Scott, no big deal. He was an afterthought.
Musically, he's kind of like Mark and Tom in that way, where like they kind of do one thing in a song and they kind of keep to that one thing. They don't really venture out much. They all kind of play in the pocket, basically.
Oh yeah, and like Travis is way
The
too
opposite
good
of that.
to be in Blink. He's way too good to just be in Blink in general. He shouldn't be in that band. There's no,
You know what?
there's no
You're not
reason why he
wrong.
should be in that band. No, I'm not. I thought about this for years.
But the
He's
formula
too good to be
works
in Blink.
because you have two mediocre musicians and one like one of the greatest drummers in the genre. And the other two are just mediocre. Like one plays root notes on the and I love these guys, but like one basically plays root notes and the other just plays a lot of power chords and arpeggiates power chords.
They are literally my favorite band of all time. But like, even with that, I can say
they're
shit
not
about
camp.
them and
They're not. You can sit there with a guitar and learn all their songs in about like you can play along with them and learn an entire album in about 30 fucking minutes.
But dude, honestly, I don't even know all the correct ways of how to voice the playing of like the guitar parts in Blink-182 songs. Like, they're more complex than you think. Like, you can
I feel
take,
like there's a few of them though. Like, I feel like What's My Age Again, maybe like Eminem. Like, there are a few weird ones
like,
that pop out, but I feel most of the time they're not that like.
No, dude, they're all weird. If you look more into them, dude, do you know Give Me One Good Reason is drop D, but with a capo on the second fret?
No,
like,
fuck.
That's weird shit.
You know what? That makes sense because I've tried playing along to bass and it's not. Oh yeah, because no, it's not drop D. It always sounds a little off.
It's an E, right? It's an dude. So yeah,
maybe it
like,
is an E.
I'm not.
I don't know. It
I'm
always
not good
sounds
with
weird when I
keys,
play
but-
bass to it. It sounds a little odd.
Yeah, dude, and Time to Break Up's a drop tune song. I don't think people
Really?
know that.
Well,
Yeah,
you know they demoed Enema of the State in fucking drop tuning.
Half Step Down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard Mutt Half Step Down like live. I know there's a video floating around out there that they were playing it like a half step down and like slower.
Those demos did not sound very good. Like Jerry Finn really helped shape that album because those demos are really rough around the edges. They are not the classic songs that we know. Like Dyson Terry Gary is like my favorite Blink song, and that demo is fucking bad.
Yeah, I would agree.
You know?
I've heard some stuff. I heard that there was actually some Scott Rayner Enema demos.
Yeah, he did. There's a Mutt. Well, there's a one of Mutt playing. I think that might be the only one. But yeah, he played Mutt.
I'll have to find that one again because I actually remember kind of liking that.
So another one I have to kind of moving it along and kind of staying with Blink. I don't know if you guys have like more.
I do have a Blink one. I have a.
I do too.
Okay, so that will be our next one.
So we'll keep doing Blink. So this one goes kind of with Scott Rayner. So we're at the point now in Blink. It's Travis, it's Mark, it's Matt. I've made it very clear. I have not liked the Matt Skiba era of Blink. And in my opinion, it would be better now to break up Blink and get Plus 44 back together. In my opinion, that's the better move. I would rather see them break that band up, do Plus 44, and if they want to do a couple fucking Blink covers in the set, do 30% Blink covers. Do like a couple Plus 44 songs and do a couple Blink songs, but like I just think that's the better thing. Like they dumb themselves down. The music's just not good. Mark doesn't get to progress as a songwriter, musician. Like if he goes back to Plus 44, he can continue to explore in songwriting and not do this whatever stupid shit he's been writing lately. So
Tom's gonna come back to Blink though pretty soon.
If that happens, then
dude, he's broke. He just sold his entire catalog. I actually he's so publicly broke. I am like,
they got divorced. Probably that,
dude. Yeah, that too. He's not Blink, dude. I am literally working his financial deficit into my cover letter that I'm going to be sending to a company he's associated with trying to get a job. Literally, that's how publicly bad it is. He's going to be back in Blink within 5 years.
Fuck.
Yeah, we'll all
wait.
be
I can't wait. You guys, no, fuck that. It's going to be the Blink 180 cruise, and it's going to be we're going to go see them on a fucking cruise ship. They're going to play Enema of the State front to back every night. We're all going to try to forget that we're old and fucking irrelevant.
I wanted this is the last thing I wanted to say on this. I was talking to my coworker about this, and if Tom came back, this is a really cool way that I would wish that they would do it. Would they kick Matt Skiba out? I wouldn't want them to. I would want them to, and this is so far-fetched and wild, and Anthony's honestly gonna love it. Kyle, you'll probably hate it, but I would like it if they brought back all the incarnations of Blink-182. They have a small set with Scott, and like the set with Travis playing the songs, and then have a set with Matt Skiba. Dude, Tom DeLonge would fucking love a break on stage.
Can I say something? That's cool for like a one-off. That's like a legacy thing to do.
Yeah,
like
that
every
tour
now
would be
and
huge,
then.
though.
I wouldn't even do that as a tour, though, dude. I would do that as like not even as a one-time only, but it's like it's a thing that happens maybe once every couple years, kind of thing.
No, the way you do it is simple. When they get inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Like Green Day when they did. I know they have less incarnations, but like when Green Day did their set as Sweet Children with their original drummer for a while, and then Trey Cool got on stage and then they did Green Day songs.
That was cool.
Yeah, like shit like that. Or actually a cool
I would
one.
want that.
Hit the Lights did a cool tour where both singers were there and they would take turns singing the song. It was a really cool fucking show. And they both
I'm
took
pretty sure Dance
turns.
Gavin Dance does that too. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. Cause they had two different
I don't
singers.
even like that band, but I think that Dance Gavin Dance does that too.
No, I think you are right. I forgot. I can't even name a Dance Gavin Dance song, but for some reason I think I know that about them, and I think you're right.
And I mean, you got to think Sum 41. They kept Tom Thacker around.
Yeah, they kept him
around.
Really, my unpopular
And that
opinion.
band's better.
I think they should bring Matt back. Bring Tom back. Keep Matt, but they only play Alkaline Trio songs. They don't even play Blink songs anymore.
Yeah,
they're still called Blink 182, but they only cover Alkaline Trio songs.
Jesus,
and they actually move Matt over to bass, and he doesn't sing at all on them.
This is terrible. This is terrible booking.
Mark and Tom sing all the songs and play guitar, and Matt just plays bass on them. They're all Alkaline Trio songs, though.
When it comes to Blink, I probably have the worst controversial opinion.
Get into it. Let's keep it moving.
Blink is entirely the same without Tom.
You think it's the same?
I feel no difference. Yes, I love Tom. He's morphed me and my entire life. Like
He morphed you?
Yes,
that sounds weird. How did he
He-
morph you? What did he do to you?
He was my idol. Like, he was my non-friend. He was my celebrity idol.
Dude,
growing
I
up.
have
So, like,
I have the posters and the guitars still.
He is a hero.
Yeah.
He's a hero of all of
like,
ours. We love
he is
Tom
my
DeLonge
hero.
here.
He is my hero. I love him. Like, I've done podcasts about him now at this point. But I don't feel any different with him being out of the band.
You're fucking
Now that
nuts.
Matt's- I know I'm nuts. This is why it's a bad opinion, and I love it.
Oh yeah, you're
I
right.
love-
That's true. That's Joser shit, dude. But you know
I
what?
don't give
It's
a
not
fuck.
because
I
you
love
know
Matt
what
Skiba.
though. You're saying it out loud, so at least you're owning it up and you're just being honest. You're like, this is how I feel. So I respect.
Yeah,
I
that's what the
respect
whole thing's
that.
about. Yeah, like I love everything that this band's done, and I'm not even saying that as like I'm a purist. I need Blink no matter what in my life. There's iterations of this band that hit me at certain points in my life, depending on the way I'm feeling at that moment or what's going on. That
Definitely.
no matter what, whether it's California with Matt Skiba or if
Ooh.
it's Old Buddha.
Yeah.
Or if it's Dogs Eating Dogs, like the last great incarnation of Blink, I can feel great feelings about no matter what they do. So the fact that I'm still continuing to feel good with Matt Skiba is totally fine. Blink-182 is still Mark Hoppus and Travis Barker. One member does not make an entire band in this case, in my opinion. There's still two core members. Yes, like you kind of brought up, like Sam Hagar when he was with Van Halen.
That guy's a
He
piece of
started to
shit.
keep that band, but they still had Eddie that still helped that band.
No, those songs still
Yeah.
became shit, even with Eddie Van Halen's
Yeah,
guitar
but-
playing.
But Eddie was still like, some people would still be like, you know what? Yeah, the band's gone to shit, but at least Eddie's still around. For me, it was like, you know what? Tom's gone, Matt's in, but you know what? After Neighborhoods, I started liking Mark's songs way more than Tom's.
Yeah, I
And
know. That's a
when we did
shitty
the top five
opinion.
list- When we
You
did the top
think
five
you
list-
think Dogs Eating Dogs is better than when I was young? Because it's a rhetorical question because I know it's not true.
No, I'm talking about just the record, Dogs Eating Dogs.
Dogs Eating Dogs is actually, I actually believe that today is the anniversary of it, and I think it must be
like,
the eight
It
year
was like yesterday or 2 days ago.
yesterday or something. But yeah, dude, I believe that Dogs Eating Dogs Had Color and Neighborhoods was a dark, bleak album, and for reasons, But
Yeah, we got into it on the top 5 Blink songs.
definitely, but Blink is a colorful band. Like, I don't want to. When I want to listen to bleak shit, I'll put on like Sufjan Stevens or something. I'll listen to some bleak shit, like just dark stuff. But when I listen to Blink, it's like my go-to. Like I like, if you could like hear colors, like it's kind of like Blink. Like that makes you feel happy. It's like summertime, dude. Like Enema is like every time, like it becomes spring and like the snow melts and you can finally just wear t-shirts outside. Enema's the first album. I turn on my stereo, roll down my car windows, and blast loud as fuck.
Hell yeah.
Every year. It's just every year. Like, it's just like a thing. And it's like, it's not like, Blink is not a band I go to. And like, I want to feel sad about myself. I want to loathe and self-pity. Like, Blink's like, fuck you and fuck your mom. Oh, wait, I already did. Like, it's kind of that vibe. It's not like, I want to feel sorry for myself vibe. That's more like, go listen to some, like, Dashboard.
No, I get what you're saying. I actually, that probably is a big reason why a lot of people don't like Neighborhoods, because it is true. It is kind of bleak at times.
Oh, very. Like, literally, after listening to Neighborhoods, that was my first record where I, like, outspokenly said, this isn't that great of a Blink record, but Mark is really good on it. Mark is better than Tom on that record. And then
he's good at bleak shit.
And then as I got more, like, as I started listening more and more and more and just thinking about it, I like Mark's songs more abundantly than Tom's, even though Tom was, like, the reason why I even became who I am. It's just I matured and I got older, and, like, the way Mark's lyrics were, like, as they, like, went through time, I started to relate more than I would Tom's songs from, like, middle school and on. After that, it was just all, like, I felt good listening to Mark songs, being like, yeah, this is better than, whatever, Tom's writing, especially during, like, the Neighborhoods era, when it was, like, an extension of AVA where nothing really made sense.
But kind of going back to what I was talking about with why I just wish that they would break up and he'd go back to Plus 44, because whether or not people like Neighborhoods or you guys or anyone else just in general, whether or not people like it, it may not be the best of them, but that is authentic. That was Blink-182 in 2011. Whether you liked it or not, that was that band in that era.
That's true.
Whereas with California and everything they've done with Matt, it feels so fucking forced that doesn't seem like what they want to be writing. Like a song like Sober doesn't seem like what Mark Hoppus, like that doesn't sound like a song that Mark Hoppus would want to write in his 40s. Like, you know what I mean? Like if he did Plus 44, you're not contained to this try to keep rewriting like pop punk singles. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so that's my whole thing. I'm like, if Tom came back, I wouldn't say that. I'd say, fine, keep going with it. But that's my whole thing is people can shit on Neighborhoods and even Dogs Eating Dogs, but that was them authentically doing what they wanted to do in that era. You may like it, you may not like it, but it wasn't them trying to force a sound. If they would have went in and tried to write Emma of the State Part 2, that would have been forcing a sound. That would have been a fucking...
You mean California?
100%. That's what I'm saying. So just kind of going back to, what I was talking about. But moving on, I mean, we've I feel like we have so much more to get to in here, but I mean, Zach, you had one, right? We haven't gotten to yours yet. Your unpopular Blink opinion.
So I think, and I'll first preface this. I once watched an interview where Mark Hoppus said that Take Off Your Pants and Jacket was like finished. And the producer, obviously Jerry Finn, was like, you need two really good, like, summery, feel-good songs. Like
the label
just like,
did.
Yeah, the label was like, you need some, like, you need some singles. Like, there's no singles on this. And that night, Mark Hoppus wrote The Rock Show, and Tom DeLonge wrote First Date.
Mm-hmm.
Like, arguably the two biggest, the biggest push songs on that album.
And not just that, they both wrote them in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
They were like, both those songs were crafted in less than a fucking half hour.
So imagine now getting into my point. Imagine Take Off Your Pants and Jacket without The Rock Show or First Date. Like, pull those songs out of the track listing, and then imagine the track listing without those two songs.
I can, because I skip them every time I listen to that album.
Okay. Take Off Your Pants and Jacket is like a post-hardcore emo influenced album more than it is a pop punk album.
You know, it is interesting. I can kind of hear that, and I see where you're going. And it's interesting going with me and Kyle when we were talking about Boxcar Racer and like Blink before and after. But you are right. Like, really, if you take those out, it is a heavier, kind of darker. Really, I mean, you know, it's funny because, and also going back to another episode, how we talked about how Insomniac was a darker version of Dookie. Take Off Your Pants and Jacket's kind of a darker version of Enema. Like, if you look at it, it's like, it's still that kind of poppy side of the pop punk, but it's kind of a darker, you know, kind of darker thing, darker subjects, you know, like totally kind of a more grown up version of it. And you're right, it is. It's a kind of a different album if you remove those two songs. We even
two songs.
We even talked about that though on Boxcar Racer. I'm like, I think you could totally remove There Is and maybe even I Feel So. Because I'm like, those are good songs, but they're just not. You could take those out if you're trying to have a dark album, and it's kind of the same thing with those. It's like they're singles, like they're not. And I'm not shitting on them, but I'm like, yeah, you could take them out, and I think you'd still have a great record, but it does change the mood.
I think that without those two songs, it's like a completely different record, and I think that's what they were going for.
It also would have been like Insomniac and not sold very well if they wouldn't have had those songs. It would have been a darker album like Insomniac, and it would have sold just like Insomniac, basically.
Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah. But that was my point. Just like, because, you know, give me one good reason. Like, we were talking about the tuning of that song. It's a weird song in general, and like Stay Together for the Kids is obviously like a darker song. And I was also listening to another interview where Tom was like, he really tried to experiment with clean tones on Take Off Your Pants and Jacket specifically. Like, I know there's some clean tones on Enema, but there's like substantially more clean guitar tones.
No, there definitely
Take
is.
Off Your Pants and Jacket.
There is, and I think he also brought it over surprisingly on parts of Boxcar Racer. Though actually not even surprisingly, because Kyle, you brought up all the acoustic guitar on that album when we were analyzing it. So I mean,
much.
So yeah, like he really did kind of after that, he did kind of continue down that route of you know, cleaner guitars and all of that. But moving kind of moving shit along. Kind of in that, but going in a different realm. I want to talk about Alkaline Trio for a second. I feel like this is one that we all have opinions on. And I don't know, because I almost think this is your favorite album, Zach. I'm not entirely sure, but I think you've told me this is your favorite Alkaline Trio record. But their most overrated record is 100% Good Morning. I would say
my favorite.
half of that record I like, and the other half I'm just like, whatever. And I don't even mean like side A and side B. I'm just like, there's probably 5 or 6 songs. Like, This Could Be Love is a good album opener. Like, there's a couple good songs on there, but like people talk about it. Really, the greatness of it, if I got to be honest, probably This Could Be Love, and then the ending, Blue in the Face. Yeah, so like the opener and the closer are like the highlights. Like everything in between is just kind of like whatever to me. Including coming off of From Here to Infirmary, which I think is their best record. Like coming off of that into that, I'm like, I don't. it was a style change that, and I don't hate Alkaline Trio, but the direction they went after that is not the direction I would have chose. And I actually think they got a little better on the last few albums. They went a little more back kind of towards a pop punk band, but they were kind of going towards this weird, they were still a punk band, pop punk band, but they're also trying to do a commercial kind of pop rock, also kind of gothic. Like, they're doing a couple different things. And that's also where Matt kind of started singing fucking weird for some reason. Like, I don't know. That record, there's a couple okay moments, but I realize it's a lot of people's favorite Alkaline Trio record, and I don't understand that one fucking bit.
Well, We've Had Enough was my first like Alkaline Trio song. I got it off LimeWire,
Nice.
R.I.P. LimeWire. But like I just was like blown away by that song. I was like, turn the fucking radio off, and I was like, as like 12 years old, I was like, amazing.
Oh yeah, brother.
But dude, there's just so many good like songs on that album, like Emma, and like, dude, my mom like hates punk music, to be honest, but like she likes the song Every Thug Needs a Lady, because I was listening to Good Morning and she was like, I like this one, and I was like, yeah, it's a good song.
See, that album's an example though too of, because that's not a bad song, but it's very pop rock. Like, it's not it's not what I want to hear from Alkaline Trio, is kind of what I'm saying. Like, I don't even know that they're shitty songs. I'm just like, this isn't the side of Alkaline Trio I want. Like, Every Thug Needs a Lady isn't bad. It's just very poppy and just not. I'd rather that be on a side project kind of thing.
I don't know. I think it's a great song, and that might be like my favorite song on the album, and that it's actually probably my favorite Dan song. And here's an unpopular opinion, probably. I think Dan writes better songs than Matt.
No, I don't agree.
Yeah. Well, this is the
Here's what I'll
unpopular
say.
episode.
Can I say something I will say on that, though, is I think Matt has more misses than Dan. And what I mean by that is I like Matt better as a lyricist, but there's more cringy Matt songs than there are Dan songs. I will say that. Because not every Matt song is beautiful. Like, not every Matt song I think is great. Some of the lyrics are cheesy, but 9 times out of 10, I like Matt songs more.
Yeah. I love like all of Matt's songs, but I don't know, just like Every Thug Needs a Lady is like a really good song, and like that new EP that they just put out this year,
I really like that.
Dude, I really liked it too. 2 Dan songs and 1 Matt song.
Well, no, on there he stole it with fucking Smokestack. That's one of Dan's best fucking songs.
What are you talking about? They put what they do?
Smokestack, the song off of it.
Oh, so that was an existing song that Dan had already written or something?
What are you talking about? It's a song on the EP.
No, I know, but like, I know. What are you talking about, Smokestack? Like,
I'm saying that's a really good Dan song.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ!
I was like so confused. I was
yeah,
like,
I can tell.
Talking?
Fuck.
Yeah, you both are confusing me. I'm like,
Now,
where is this going?
Kyle, we're like
That's
we're leaving you out of this fucking Alkaline Trio jerk off fest. Get on in here. Fucking, what do you think of Good Morning? Like, I know you're an Alkaline Trio fan. Actually, yep. You're kind of a Chicago boy technically, so I feel like you probably have an opinion on these kinds of things. Like, how do you feel about that record?
I like it. I was really worried you were going to say that From Here to Infirmary was overrated, and I was going to like.
No, that's their best fucking one. That's their best fucking record.
I was worried you were going to go that route because we're thinking controversial opinions here. So I was like, oh no, he's going to say my favorite. But no, Good Morning, I like it. It's a good album. It's got one of my favorite songs just in their discography in Fatally Yours.
That's not a bad. Like, none of the songs you guys have mentioned, like, those are all basically the good songs. But it's still like a 12-song album, and you've named like 6 of them. And like the other 6 are kind of forgettable.
Yeah, I mean, but like, I'm not too concerned about like every song on like a record being a banger. Like, it's very rare that you find an album where every song is just like, it should be a hit. This song should be a hit. This should be a hit.
I guess I wanted them to just be more straight up punk on the next record, like they did on From Here to Infirmary. Because, like, it's a punk record, but it's also kind of a punk rock record. And I wish they would have kind of continued in that direction.
I would just have to assume that, like, because of how they, I mean, in my opinion, they got most of their fame from Here to Infirmary. So the next album was probably going to be an attempt to try to appeal to some of that, like, popularity.
Yeah.
And we just didn't hit as well as maybe they thought. But I still go back and listen to this album pretty frequently, and just, I mean, I don't love it, but I like it a lot.
To me, this is a trilogy of them trying to quote unquote make it. This, Crimson and Agony and Irony are kind of like the three albums where I think they were trying to really have hit singles and have music videos and really try to make it as a band. And obviously, like, on Crimson, they got even more rockish. You know, it's more of a rock record and pop rock than even on Good Morning. But, like, those are, like, the three records where I really think they did. They tried working with big producers, did more of, like, a big rock sound and shit. And, like, there's good songs on them. Like, Mercy Me is one of their best singles. And, like, on, like, all three of those albums have good songs throughout, but they're not good front to back. From Here to Infirmary, you can listen to front to back. It's great the whole time. Whereas the next three albums, I'm like, I can take or leave half the songs. And then this Addiction, you know what, and to be fair, this Addiction about I guess the same, because half those songs haven't aged well, but there's still some really good songs on it. I still like more when they went that direction again, like with This Addiction and My Shame Is True. Like, I've liked what they've done. And honestly, actually, Is This Thing Cursed is one of their best albums in years, I would actually say.
Oh, absolutely.
That's actually, there's songs on there where and that's what I mean with Blink. I'm like, dude, Matt can still write good songs. It's not like Mark and Matt are incapable of still writing good songs. They both can. They just can't do it in Blink. Like, Matt just shouldn't be writing songs for Blink. He should be writing them for Alkaline Trio. Fucking Demon in Division is like, I still listen and go, holy shit, like, this is a great song. But I mean, like, most of that album, really, I think almost every song on that album is good. But yeah, I don't know. Any other opinions or shitty things to say about Alkaline Trio?
No shitty things to say about Trio.
And that is the end of our first half of shitty musical opinions here with, as always, my buddy Kyle Steven and Zach Gorszewski, who very happy to have him back on. He's been on here a few times, but it has been a little while. And Kyle, you know and love. I mean, he is now, I mean, like you heard me say, a reoccurring guest. This dude is on quite a bit now, and I can't be happier. I love Kyle and Zach as well. And specifically Kyle, though. I mean, we've been kind of like online buddies for years, but really starting to do this podcast and having him on, really like the first time us really talking on the phone and stuff. And it's hilarious because we do these episodes and they go so long that, like, even though we've talked online and stuff for years, but like talking on the phone, even though we've only done it for like a year now, there's like documented, I mean, there's legit probably 15 hours of me and Kyle talking here on this podcast. So, like, you basically, besides the chatter before and after these, you hear just about, like, every conversation we've ever had on the phone. And this is going to be the end of part one because, you know, I could not have either of these dudes on and it not run 4 hours. It's just impossible because and the reason I like doing these episodes is because they're legitimately friends. So it's like, you know, it's kind of three friends bullshitting about music, and this one in particular. And again, all credit to this episode. If you enjoyed listening to this, goes to Kyle, whose original thought was unpopular punk rock opinions. and kind of getting a little more broad there, and kind of going just music in general. But that is the end of this one. We will have a second half of this released next week, and I do know Zach. I will throw it out there. He is his band Kickstart. They did do a special re-release for the 5th anniversary of their EP Subdue, and that's on their Bandcamp page, kickstart.bandcamp.com. And I know there's some other stuff. He plugs it at the end of this episode, but you're not going to hear that till next week. But if you want to check out some music from Zach, I'll throw that out there. Go check out Kickstart. And as always, go check out Power Chord Hour online at Power Chord Hour on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We're on Spotify. Put up playlists of what I play on the radio show every week, and a new radio show every Friday night from 10 Eastern to midnight on 107.9 WRFA right here in Jamestown, New York, where I'm recording this right now in the WRFA studios. And you can listen to that from anywhere, though. Listen, and that's kind of what I try to get out there. If you listen to the show, listen to the radio show. You can. I don't care where you're at. If you have an internet connection, which if you're listening to this, I'm pretty sure you do. You can go check it out. WRFALP.com. Go on there, and there's a big old streaming button, and you can stream the station there. And listen to all the other rad shows too. But new episodes every Friday night. New episodes of this show right here every Monday. We'll have a second half of this for you next Monday. And also hit me up. PowerChordHour@gmail.com. Got Power Chord Hour stickers to give out. And if you go rate and review the show on iTunes, send me a screenshot and I'll send you a Power Chord Hour t-shirt absolutely free. And so that is this half. Check back next week for the other half. And for the Power Chord Hour, I'm Anthony Merchant. Thanks for listening.